Madam, are you still paying with cash? Stop. See, Access Bank just introduced Rewards by Access, your new way to enjoy the finer things of life just by spending with your Access Bank card. Signing up is easy. Visit the Access Bank website and enter your membership ID from your welcome email. Create your username and password, then verify with an OTP. Voila! You are in. On your dashboard, you can view your endpoints, manage bookings, and track redemptions. Ready to redeem? Get instant airtime. Shop for electronics or fashion, book flights or hotels, and much more from over 3,000 merchants globally. All with your reward points. Just choose your reward, confirm with an OTP, and redeem. Rewards by Access is open to all Access MasterCard and Visa card holders. Terms and conditions apply. It's time to turn your everyday spending into extraordinary experiences. Sign up now and start redeeming. Rewards by Access. Enjoy the finer things of life. Access Bank, more than banking.
The city is alive on 97.3.
City 97.3. Accra.
There can be no other than 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to City. You're number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. City FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
City FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
City FM 97.3.
Unleashing the power of radio. This is City 97.3.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
From my spirit to my soul, until my voice re-echoes, you are worthy of my worship, worthy of my praise.
My spirit to my soul, until my voice re-echoes. You are worthy of my worship, worthy of my praise.
Somebody release your worship. Yeah. We worship. Ostemele kombarana natela.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Can you look at Jesus and tell him, this is my story.
29 after 6. From my spirit to my soul until my voice re-echoes. You are worthy of my worship, worthy of my praise. Dunsin Oyekan, Lawrence Oyo, starting our morning on a Tuesday morning. August 19, 2025.
Are you ready? Say halle, halle, halle.
Okay, so it's 23 degrees this morning. We're looking forward to a great day today. Some quick thoughts to start your day this morning. We call businesses, brought to you by Access Bank. And this are some interesting thoughts from a former CEO of Pepsi. A former CEO of Pepsi, Indian American born, former CEO Indra Nooyi from 2006 to 2018 was when she held the reins as CEO of Pepsi. And Indra says that as you get more senior in an organization, it's up or out. As you get more senior in an organization, it's up or out. The way to growth, the way to transformation, it's up or out. You can't do the same things yesterday and expect to thrive today. Innovations will retire your business. There are new innovations every day. So if you are winning today, if you are leading today, and you are not adding value, you are going to be kicked out of the competition. So this is for you as an individual, for you as an SME, a startup, an organization, whether political, religious, or even a nation. We are running a city, you are doing things the same way. Other cities will beat you. And guess what? Your customers, your clients, your citizens, they do not have limited resources. So when they choose someone else over you, when they choose a different service over you, that's it. You are out of business. So if you want to keep your customers, you want to keep your listeners, you want to keep your citizens satisfied, or your supporters supporting you all the time, you always must go up or you are out. That was Business Sense, brought to you by Access Bank. Happy to bring you the Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. It's in full swing. 2 mini draws and first mega draw have already taken place, and 53 lucky customers have won their share of over 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and other amazing prizes like Netflix, Spotify, and Amazon Prime subscriptions. Now it's your turn to win big. Simply deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis into your new or existing Access Bank current or savings account to join the promo. Boost your deposit to 500 or more and you qualify for the next draw. For our youth customers, spend 500 Ghana cedis or more with any Visa card, Access Visa card, and earn a chance in the next draw. The higher your chances of winning, the more you deposit. So other amazing prizes: PS5, iPhone 16 Chromebook, so much more in monthly mini draws. It runs from now to September. T's and C's apply. Call us 0800 004400 for more details. Access Bank, more than banking. Bringing you the news review shortly. Brought to you by Fidelity Bank. My name is Caleb Kuda. You're welcome. It's an interactive show. 0549 986 996. So much to unpack on the show today. We'll start with the news review. Join us, and it's back bigger than before. Fidelity Bank's Boom Reloaded promo is here to reward your savings with life-changing cash prizes. Just deposit and maintain 500 Ghana cedis or more in your Fidelity account, and you could win up to 100,000 Ghana cedis in a grand draw. Every 500 Ghana cedi deposit growth. With every one of that, you stand a chance to win 5,000 Ghana cedis in a monthly draw. So if you don't have an account yet, open one, save smart, earn points, and win big. Fidelity Bank is here for your journey. Sika Boom style. This promo is on NLA's Caritas platform. T's and C's apply.
You are worthy of my worship. Worthy of, let's go. La 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 la. You are worthy of my. Now can you shout it? La 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 la. Lift it up. La 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 la.
Let's jump into the news review. Richard Alaska is here with me, as is Godfred Akoto Buafo. Yeah. It's an interesting morning.
Yeah, but why are you looking little like that?
Oh,
why? Charlie, so why? What's happening?
No,
you didn't use made in Ghana, cream or what's
the
going
point
on?
is that first of all, my made in Ghana cream has finished, and in solidarity with made in Ghana cream, I will use foreign made in Ghana. Oh no, foreign cream I will use.
But use foreign made in Ghana. but that is also a thing, you know. It's like he's wrong. Foreign made in Ghana.
Yes, there is foreign made in Ghana.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the whole story.
But I'm still using my.
You have a lot more.
My bubune shea butter from last year.
Oh, beautiful from the
from last year.
Mr. Kakranka. I have been strappy. I don't use too much from it. So the way the bubune shea butter works, if you touch it small and so my I don't know. My alata semina is still working.
Right.
The one in the plastic. Yeah, that one is working, and then the shea butter is also working nicely.
The alata semina, you can mix it with some other.
I'm not mixing. Nice. I'm keeping it original.
It's just wrapped in cement paper. See the old ones.
It's the liquid one.
Yours is liquid. Okay.
Yes.
That one
but you did that kindness.
I remember
last year.
No, Bubune, you have to do something again because the system is running empty of your products.
Yeah. The way you're looking pale.
Oh, Charlie. No, I have to do something.
I told him that I don't go where she poured out. Let's see question really charges.
What does that mean, Sky?
People will explain to you.
Brothers, I had a message last night from a concerned resident who uses the Pokwase Zaom Road. Yeah, he says, my brother, good evening. Please, I'm watching Channel 1 TV, but my MP is not telling the truth. He says they have reshaped the inner roads. He mentioned Media Kotoku through to 3 Junction. It's untrue. That's where we use all the time, from Kotoku Market to Doblo, Gono, etc., etc. And that stretch is very bad. No reshaping has been done. Please, tomorrow morning, draw his attention. We need that reshaping from the assembly. Okay. Now, we also told by the minister that he's paid a contractor. And the residents, they are up in arms. They are not happy with the state of the road, especially following recent rains. And knowing that the minister says he's paid a contractor, he should have mobilized back about 2 weeks ago, they say. We're told the contractor is back. There are some reports, I think Ghanaian Times has a big photo is there. So
I'll give you that headline, but let me just mention that for those of you interested in the Thesis Ghana exhibition that we are organizing this particular month.
Yes, sir.
Please pick up your registration. It's actually next month, right?
It's September. Yes, September.
So please call us and enter your appearance subsequently. Having first of all told us that
enter appearance.
Yes, that's where you do
that. No, please. So the number for those who have not called.
Yes.
0205 973 973. Please bring your made in Ghana shea butter and other things.
Yeah, because very soon Pepe will be coming.
It's not easy. The Hamatan to his lesson his books. Oh my word.
Let me take you to the Ghanaian Times for this morning. Please. Traveling of Fanko and Sawam Road, hellish. Contractor assuring relief soon. And then the government, we are told, has released some $77 million for the project. Also on the front page this morning, Borderless Africa visa-free movement campaign picks up steam. The photograph of the Chief of Staff, Mr. Julius Debra, is here on the front page. And helicopter crash. President thanks Ghanaians. International community for support.
Right.
Let me take you to the front page of the Daily Graphic. Ghana begins legal timber exports under new EU legal framework. There's a photo of Paul Bafo-Boni, the acting Chief Justice, dealing with Mr. Richard Nsenche, General Manager of Summertex Timber and Plywood Company Limited. Right. Government to introduce STEM subjects at basic level. Written Wasi starts tomorrow. Women protest against Bumprugu Nankpanduri clashes. And 998 prisoners granted presidential pardon. Agrada, Atu Asian not included.
Let me take you to the Ghanaian Chronicle. The big story, storm over Mohammed's trip to Japan. The president is here and the presidential jet is also here on the front page. Also, Lady Cashier allegedly steals some 5.4 million Ghana cedis from Cars Estate. Charlie.
Let me take the front page of the Daily Guide. Mother whips cheating son's corpse at accident scene. A rather bizarre one coming in. Gold board enforces receipts in gold trade. The Amnesty story is here, and government receives over 200 prophecies. 80% of no use. This is coming from Elvis Efri Anchor. But how do they make that determination?
This is a special prophecy.
Prophecy agency.
Okay.
No, prophecy authority.
Go on.
The Daily Post newspaper says President Mahama grants amnesty to 998 prisoners. His photograph is here on the front page. Also, Joycelyn launches a comprehensive training program for 250 constituents in mushroom farming and processing. So they're talking about they've written the name Joycelyn Question. I know her to be Joycelyn Tete. Okay, maybe something has changed. Also on the front page, old Tafo MP goofs over Mohammed's trip to Japan. Some other stories on the front page.
There are a couple of stories on the front page of the New Republic. Poor billionaires betrayed by Umia as flag bearer nomination propaganda backfires. NPP's unity at knife's edge. Afoko Bachman slams fake reconciliation. And then also they're saying that there's $100 million scandal that is unfolding, and goes on to list a couple of people here who are involved. Kofi Osafo for ex-board officials like Kwame Jan and others implicated, according to the paper.
Okay, so Joycelyn now is a Mrs. So that's what
that change is about. Okay.
And finally, from me, the Economy Times says GIPC seeks to spread foreign direct investment nationwide. Comes with Simon Badge's photograph. Also, the front page: BOG meets banks on FX auction and liquidity as World Bank raises concerns over excess interventions in the market. Also on the front page this morning, BOG goes hard on defaulters as it strategizes to cut down NPLs, non-performing loans.
Okay, may I take you online quickly, gentlemen? Channel onenewsonline.com. Ensuring responsible mining will be lasting tribute to crash victims. This is Inusa Fuseni. Pokwasin's Home Road works to see major progress this week. This is the Amasaman MP. TDC rejects illegal developers' claims to Boteman lands, and media engagement won't solve it. As Shaiman MCE to protesting traders. Strong multi-stakeholder collaboration needed to tackle Galamsey. This is Elikem Kotoko speaking, and my constituents have rejected Galamsey despite mineral deposits. Upper West Akim MP speaking here. Health Minister orders probe into assault on nurse at Ridge Hospital. Mohammed's Japan trip was on Emirates, not private jet. This is Kwachi Ofosu speaking here. If you go to citynewsroom.com, government pays 809 million Ghana cedis to Pokwasin Sawam Highway contractor. Arrest Yamin Abanga over alleged involvement in Galamsey. This is Kanashigbe. Bad weather, not mechanical fault. Fault Nkoko helicopter landing. This is the Volta River Aviation speaking. SEC is here. It's set to roll out new guidelines for forex trading in Ghana. Don't beat nurses. Help us resolve issues. Health Minister on Ridge Hospital assault. If you go to the High Street Journal quickly. Oti region from agrarian heartland to Ghana's emerging mining frontier. That one is here. Ghanaian entrepreneur turns noni fruit into natural deodorant. That's an interesting one. And then also Ghana's human capital quality at risk as shoddy degrees, weak regulation surge. This is Dr. Donko sounding an alarm. My journal online very quickly. GTech is not witch hunting. It's protecting Ghana's credibility. Cocoa farmers revolt over prices as coalition threatens mass smuggling. Health Ministry condemns assault on health workers at Ridge Hospital. Government settles the Nsawam and Pokwasi Highway contractor. That's here as well. If you go international, M23 rebels suspend peace talks with DRC Congo government. Hey. Rescuers in Nigeria secure search for dozens missing after boat capsizes. Sad story there. South Africa roll over army chief's pro-Iranian comments. Sudan army torturing people to death. That one we did yesterday earlier. And Trump's tariffs are sending African countries into China's hands. That's on CNN Africa. Gentlemen, let's jump into the details.
Yes. So let me take off this morning with a story on the center spread of the Chronicle before we do some other stories, including the situation in the Ofanko area. So this story is in keeping with our commitment to promoting made in Ghana goods through This is Ghana exhibition. So if you go to page 8 of the Chronicle, liberalization is a threat to local industries.
Yeah.
The story is by Richard Owusu Achel from Kumasi, and it says that a senior lecturer in economics at the Kumasi Technical University, Dr. George Asumedu, has urged the government to exercise extreme caution in opening Ghana's borders to foreign goods, warning that indiscriminate trade liberalization could cripple local industries and deepen the country's dependence on external economies. Now, according to the paper, there's a quote here: "It is not everything that you have to open your borders for and allow an influx of goods, especially where you have the capacity to produce them internally. If you have that capacity, it is better to create opportunities for local entrepreneurs," he told the Chronicle in an interview in Kumasi. Now, Dr. George Asumedu, who also doubles as the Trafohini of the Amakrom Sub-Traditional Council, pointed to Asian economies such as India and South Korea, as models of how deliberate long-term planning can transform struggling nations into global competitors. If you're interested in that story as we are, please grab a copy of the Chronicle and read the full details as captured on the center spread.
Well, let me take you to the front page of the Daily Guide this morning. Government receives over 200 prophecies. Is the big story there. The presidential envoy for interfaith and ecumenical relations, Elvis Afrianka, has disclosed that more than 200 prophecies have so far been submitted to the presidency following a recent directive for spiritual revelations about the nation to be formally documented and reviewed. He explained that the measure was introduced after some prophets claimed to have foreseen the tragic helicopter crash that killed 8 Ghanaians earlier this month. He noted that while the presidency has received a flood of submissions, the vast majority were not credible. Quote, "By and large, 70 to 80% is of no substance. Then look at the rest of the 20%, you sift through, and maybe 2 to 5% may deserve some further probe. It's not a full-time job or an office setup solely to receive prophecies. That's not how it works." The envoy stressed that sensitive predictions with potential security implications should never be made public. Instead, he urged prophets to share such revelations privately through official channels that have been created.
So the prophecies that are the 80% that are some way, what are they doing? What would he do about that? Or what would the government do?
Talk to him later.
Okay. Let me take you to the story that is provoking those of us who live along the Accra and Sawam Road. We're told that government is making some moves in that area. Page 12 of the Ghanaian Times has the story, and it's by Kingsley Asari from Amasaman in the Ghanaian Times. Says, traveling on the Accra-Kumasi highway has become a hellish ordeal for road users as the stalling of reconstruction works has led to further deterioration of the Ofanko and Sound stretch. Now, the Amasaman Dobro section in particular has developed deep potholes with other portions showing crumbling surfaces, reducing journeys to endless ordeals. Now, the situation worsens whenever it rains, with large potholes turning into gullies and pools of water along several sections of the road, making driving extremely difficult and dangerous. However, the resident engineer on the project, Mr. Thomas David Arthur, has assured Ghanaians that the problem will be easing soon to give respite to commuters. He told Ghanaian Times in an interview via the telephone yesterday that the contractor had returned to site to commence work around 11,000+ kilometers.
So that story that the contractor has resumed work on the Pokwasi Sound Road is here on citynewsroom.com. What we would like to see is for the contractor to bring to reality the 24-hour economy thing. The construction space is where we really need to have the 24-hour economy. Really working because that project is an emergency. It is long overdue. It's been raining. It's terrible. So reshape the parts that are really bad, but get your people to work 24 hours so that we can have it completed way ahead of time, because that road is too critical to be left to to the vagaries of the weather and lackadaisical outlook.
I agree with you. I think that has got to be done. They should do it in such a way as to promote free what's the word? Free flow of your voice. That's where Rollins will pause and say English. let me take. No, let me finish. The people will think I don't know how to say it. Free flow of traffic.
Very important.
Yes, that is so.
This would appear in the literature paper of Wasi. So let me tell you about Wasi.
Tell me
on
about
page 13 of the Daily Graphic. All is set to take off of the theoretical aspect of the 2025 West African Senior School Certificate Examination for school candidates tomorrow with oral English. As always, according to WASI, everything is ready. On August 5, 2025, the practicals of WASI for school candidates took off smoothly in senior, high, and technical schools across the country. Now, in troubled areas of Boko, Narigo, and Zoarungu in the Upper East region, several arrangements have been put in place for candidates to sit the examination.
Talking about education, let me take you to page 9 of the Ghanaian Times, still related to education. Haruna Idrisu honors commitment to medical students. The story is by Yahya Nuhu Nada in Tamale. Says the Member of Parliament representing the Tamale South constituency, the northern region, Mr. Haruna Idrisu, has honored his commitment by disbursing some 188,000 Ghana cedis to 47 medical students as part of the scholarship program established by the late MP for Tamale Central, Dr. Murtala Ibrahim Mohammed. Now, the students are enrolled in various universities across the country, pushing their studies in medicine, and they are currently continuing students. When the Member of Parliament died, questions emerged as to how
those
he supported. Yes, so the Honourable Haruna Idrisu is intervening positively, and we're celebrating for that.
So this is out of his personal pocket?
Yes, it would seem.
Let me give you two quick stories, one on education and one on politics. Government to introduce STEM subjects at basic level. This is on page 16 of the Daily Graphic. The government will revolutionize science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education from the foundation level in the new curriculum review. As part of that, artificial intelligence, engineering, coding, and robotics, among others, will feature prominently at the foundation level in the new curriculum to make Ghanaian students competitive and to secure their future. Quote, we want to revolutionize STEM at the basic level to secure the... This is basically a repetition of the main line item there. I hope they add the infrastructure to go with the change in curriculum. And then on page 17 of the same paper, the 2020 presidential candidate of the Progressive People's Party, Bridget Jogbenuku, has criticized the Electoral Commission's audit process for political parties, saying it unfairly disadvantages minority parties. She said the Commission's insistence on physical structures as offices is outdated and excludes parties that use technology to conduct meetings and engage with executives. Quote, a physical structure cannot be proof of meetings or engagements with your executives in the constituencies or other districts. There's so much you can do with your phone, your Zoom meetings or your Google Meet and all that.
AI-powered, meetings.
Political parties. Political parties online. That's a good one. That's a good one.
We support that. Not everything should be physical.
Yeah, but they must have the offices. There is a requirement for their offices to be.
We have to amend it. Innovation is important.
No. People might be doing their own things.
Asifwa demands full disclosure on Mohammed's travel. Abigail Arthur is writing on citynewsroom.com. Old Chaffo Member of Parliament Vincent Eko Asifwa is demanding answers from the government regarding the cost and details of President John Dramani Mohamed's recent international trip, insisting it's within his right as a legislator to seek clarity on matters involving public funds. He was speaking in response to criticisms following a controversial Facebook post. Asifwa defended his decision to question the mode of the president's travel and the associated cost to the taxpayer. So if first he made the claim or questioned without providing specific names, he made us think a private jet was used on the president's recent trip.
He made us think, or he asserted.
He asserted, basically. And then later he said, no, he's not interested in the private jet. He's interested in the delegation that went with the president. And then he goes on to make some other points when he's asked to provide details, because he made the impression that he was making that concrete step. Then he goes on to say, no, I didn't even mention anyone's name, so you can't say that I'm talking talking about the president or his entourage. It was quite confusing listening to him on Eyewitness yesterday.
I think that's untidy. If you made a misleading claim as a public official, I think the best thing you should do is to come out and correct the same and put matters to rest. Yes, as a member of parliament, you're entitled to raise questions about matters that involve the use of the public purse or the alleged use of the same. But where issues of your credibility are on the line, I think it's important that you should come out and where appropriate, if you have to retract, and say that, well, you hope to get it next time around correctly. But it would seem that is proceeding on a path that is not tidy. And then also, let me say that I don't think the responses we've seen from government, particularly my good friend Stan Dogbe, those responses are also not tidy. I mean, you can respond with the facts
without attacking the person.
And questioning IQ levels, and I mean, it's completely unacceptable. And I don't think that it aligns with the government's own. What's the name of that document? Code of Ethics. Yes. I think the Stan should watch that. I don't think that it should just release the facts to counter whatever claim
that ends it,
and that should end it, and let the people of Ghana decide.
Make their conclusions. Declare localized state of emergency to fight galamsey. This is the convener of Anti-Galamsey Coalition, Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe. He is urging the government to declare a state of emergency in communities heavily impacted by illegal mining, arguing that extraordinary measures are needed to fight the menace. There was a case of some gentlemen accused beating or attacking healthcare workers at Ridge Hospital.
Yes.
Do you have that somewhere?
No, I don't have that story.
So
what I do have, though,
yes,
is that if they grab them and they prosecute them successfully, they are likely to go inside.
Oh, it's good.
And the president has freed some spaces in the
so to make room for more people.
So if you go to page 4 of the Daily Post newspaper, the story says President Mahama grants amnesty to 998 prisoners. The story quickly says President John Dramani Mahama has granted amnesty to some 998 prisoners out of the 1,014 recommended by the Prison Service Council following consultation with the Council of State under Article 72(1) of the Constitution. Now, the amnesty affects prisoners across 7 categories, with first-time offenders forming the largest part at 787 individuals. Presidential spokesperson Felix Kwatiofosu announced the decision on Monday, August 18, 2025, detailing the breakdown of beneficiaries. If you're interested, grab a copy of the Daily Post newspaper.
And the health minister's orders probe into assault on nurse at Ridge Hospital. Minister of Health Kwabena Mensah Kando has directed investigations into the assault of a nurse at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital Ridge following the circulation of a viral video that sparked public outrage. The video, which emerged over the weekend, captured relatives of a patient attacking a nurse during an altercation at the hospital's emergency department. That'll be the final one from me.
Oh no, I wanted to give you a quick story on page 14.
Please,
Empress Gifty Artist of the Year win raises eyebrows.
Yeah, that's in the US, right?
Yeah, this is the.
Yeah, it was the US edition.
Okay. It says many are questioning the credibility of the recently held Ghana Music Awards, UK rather, following gospel musician Empress Gifty's Artist of the Year win. The awards, which was held last Saturday, has caused a stir on social media, with many questioning how the controversial musician was given the award in the category for the best act. Empress Gifty, who doubles as an entertainment host at UTV, beat the likes of King Promise, Black Sheriff, Shatawale, Stoneboy, Diana Hamilton, Kim Paluta, Joe Metal, Kofi Kinata, Famille, Kiddy, and Team Eternity.
But what song did she release in the period to win the thing? I think that's what people are basically
It's called
asking.
Watch Me.
Okay.
Yes, so she has a song called Watch Me.
That we are watching the space.
But one comment said that the award, no, why it be main man we organizer in hospital.
There is hope. There is hope for everyone. That was the news review.
Sika boom. Fidelity Bank says save and win. Muntio. Sika boom. Just deposit and begin. Sika every 500 CDs you keep for a month, you get 1 point all at once. More deposits gets more points in. More points, more cash you feel with. How many points? 1 point every 500 CDs. What if you win? 5,000 CDs monthly. And the grand prize? Hey! 100,000 Ghana CDs.
Don't Don't wait. Visit any Fidelity branch or agent nationwide to deposit in multiples of 500 CDs. The more you deposit, the better your chances to win 5,000 CDs monthly and 100,000 CDs in the grand draw. Terms and conditions apply. Win with us. Fidelity Bank, believe with us. This is an NLA approved promo, now running on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Oh, jump on now. Go, the go. Ugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind says be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open it.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go, the go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Time for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you by MTN and EchoBank. Neela Telate is here with all you need to know in the world of business. Nee sporting a pink shirt this morning.
Just like you.
Yes, it's a pinky morning, huh?
I can imagine.
Yeah, good morning, man.
Good morning, Caleb. Good morning to you listening. Welcome to the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 City FM, proudly brought to you by MTN and EchoBank. In this edition, CD records modest slip over rising dollar pressures. Also coming up, Securities and Exchange Commission fast-tracking rollout of new guidelines to regulate forex trading activities in the country. Much later in the bulletin, financial sector players warn of dire economic implications for governments in West Africa over inaccurate financial reporting techniques. Many thanks indeed for your time. I am Neela Telate. Let's settle for the details. Now, the CD weakened on the interbank market last week, with analysts cautioning that near-term pressures against the US dollar are set to intensify, according to DataBank research. Easing global tensions and a stabilizing volatility index could shift investor flows away from gold to US dollar assets. Here's more.
The situation could potentially heighten pressure on the local currency. On the interbank markets, the cedi depreciated by 1.41% against the dollar, 2.82% against the euro, and 3.73% against the pound, closing at 10 cedis 65 pesos to the dollar, 12 cedis 47 pesos to the euro, and 14 cedis 45 pesos to the pound over the 2-week trading period. In the retail markets, the local unit showed mixed performance. The dollar cedi pair traded between 11 cedis 50 pesos and 11 cedis 90 pesos, with the cedi recording a modest 1.06% gain. It also appreciated by 0.64% against the pound to close at 15 cedis 65 pesos, but slipped 0.73% against the euro to 13 cedis 70 pesos. DataBank noted that the cedi showed modest stability on the interbank market, firming slightly from 10 cedis 80 pesos to the dollar to 10 cedis 65 pesos, despite renewed corporate demand pressures and thin foreign exchange support. However, in the retail market, sustained demand pressures continued to weigh on gains, keeping the currency largely range-bound. However, analysts say the outlook for the cedi remains cautious, with potential weakening ahead if capital flows increasingly favor the US dollar over commodities such as gold.
City Business News is Netelenete Ajaho starting us off with that report. With that in mind, let me take you to the forex market where the dollar is trading at 11 cedis 90 pesos. The British pound could be retailed to you at 16 cedis, that of the euro at 13 cedis 90 pesos. Remember, these remain forex bureau rates and not the interbank rate published by the Bank of Ghana. Away from that, the Securities and Exchange Commission is moving to fast-track regulatory guidelines for forex trading in Ghana, a market that forms part of the estimated $6.6 trillion traded daily globally. The move is expected to enhance transparency and protect investors. There is more in the following report.
According to the Commission, the move forms part of broader efforts to strengthen Ghana's financial markets, align with global best practices, and safeguard economic stability. The acting Deputy Director General of the SEC, Mensa Thompson, spoke during an engagement with the Ghana Journalists Association.
We are also currently developing the guidelines on forest trading, and so very soon we are going to regulate and license forest traders in this country.
He further indicated that the Commission is streamlining the process of verifying licensed investment companies to help the public easily distinguish genuine firms from fraudulent operators.
The purpose of the short code is for ease of verification of licensed operators. And so once somebody comes to you to market to you of any investment product, or you are browsing online and you see invest 500 and get a return of 300 this day, if that company is licensed by the SEC, you will get a response and then you can proceed. If the company is not licensed, you receive a response and you can refrain from investing in their activities.
For his part, the president of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Jumfo, commended the Commission's initiatives and called for closer collaboration between regulators and the media to deepen financial literacy.
We acknowledge the critical work of the Security and Exchange Commission. Especially, we want to recognize SEC as a crucial pillar of our nation's economic architecture.
President of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Jumfo, ending that report filed by my colleague Emmanuel Opon. A while longer in the financial sector space because weak financial writing and reporting pose serious risk to economic management and fiscal stability across the sub-region. That's the concern of the West African Institute of Financial and Economic Management, WIFM. Its Director General, Dr. Baba Musa, maintains inaccurate and poorly communicated reports often distort policy choices and heighten economic threats for government. Here's more from the opening of the ongoing 5-day WIFM and Bank of Ghana regional course on effective report writing skills and presentation techniques.
Over 80 participants from Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and the Gambia are participating in the training workshop to build capacity in effective financial report writing. Director General of WIFM, Dr. Baba Musa, in an interview with Citi Business News, stressed that financial professionals must be able to communicate complex economic data not only clearly but persuasively to guide sound decision making.
The purpose of this program is to train the participants who are from central banks, ministries of finance, and other public sector officials to first write effectively and communicate in a language that the general public and the common man in the street can understand. Sometimes you don't just bog the general public with the history of events, but rather the purpose for which you want to undertake any issue or you want to communicate any policy, how impactful that policy is on the society. So that's why you have to blend the clarity with the purpose of whatever you want to communicate on.
Director of Research at the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Philip Abradu Otu, who represented the governor, advised participants to seize this opportunity to strengthen their skills and deliver on their mandates.
He talked about persuasiveness, and then in the end, he said it must have an impact. That is what the director told us all. I guess the course today will deliver these objectives, the CPI objectives. And as I went through the course program, I think it is very exhaustive enough. You have all the right people gathered today to deliver, and I'm very confident that at the end of the show, you'll be well equipped. And after you've been equipped, don't just put the issues in the shelf, implement them, and then you become that confident presenter, that confident skill report writer your institution needs.
YFM has hinted of doubling the frequency of its training on report writing, given the increase in applications being received.
I filed that particular report, and that's it for the breakfast edition of City Business News on 97.3 Citi FM, brought to you by MTN and EchoBank. We have more stories on our website, citynewsroom.com/business. I'm Nila Tilati. Do have a good business day.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EchoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EchoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EchoBank.
EchoBank, a better way to bank your way. EchoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no. It
has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying research to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's 12:57, and to all the boss ladies out there, the go-getters, the planners, the do-it-all women, you're building your businesses one bold step at a time. MTN sees you, cheering you on every step of the way. That's why it's created the MTN Ejumapa just for you. It's more than a bundle. It's your new business bestie with special data and call bundles. You stay connected to your customers, suppliers, and everything that helps your hustle grow. MTN Ejumapa also comes with insurance benefits to help protect the business you've worked so hard to build, because we know you are not just working today, you're building a future. So please dial star 5060 hash, grab your Ejumapa bundle. Let's get to work on your success story together. MTN Ejumapa, powering women in businesses. And isn't it amazing how the world is ever changing and evolving? Fascinating to think about what the next big thing could be. Today it's AI, tomorrow who knows. One thing is for sure though, a lot has changed, but guess what? So has EchoBank. Over 3 decades, EchoBank has pioneered a range of digital first banking solutions designed for the way we live today. From the mobile app EchoBank Pay, Express Points across the country, EchoBank is right where you are. EchoBank is a better way to bank your way. EchoBank is the Pan-African Bank. Benjamin Nketia is here. He will bring you Kickoff as our sports news segment on the show. It's brought to you by Shell, Polytank and Lesheho. How do you want your engine to feel today? Confident, protected, ready to perform. Now let's talk about Shell V-Power with Dynaflex technology specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it that boost it needs. Designed to remove performance robbing deposits so that your engine performs at its best. So fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel performance, feel confidence, feel protection over and over again. Feel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Nketia, go and buy Shell V-Power. Watch it, my child. Go to Shell V-Power now, pesa. Charlie, this is Ghana. You only get deceived if you're not sure what you're buying or you don't really know the market. When it comes to water storage tanks, well, listen, the name we all know is Polytank. 3 decades still going, trusted by all generations. Make no mistake, always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. No matter the size, durability is always assured. Same price across the country at Polytank partner shops. Choose wisely, choose Polytank. We do not request for Momo payments online. Now let's talk about financial peace. You deserve it. Lesheho comes your way with just that. Whether it's education, rent, or unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet those needs. WhatsApp or call 02740 799. Tell Nana I said you should call him to sort you out. Let's make life easier together today. Lesheho, let's improve life. Benjamin Nketia, Kickoff.
And the signal is given. Petra with the penalty. Petra with the goal for Leeds United. What a way to mark your introduction to your new club.
And a wonderful morning to all of you out there. Leeds United, they pipped Everton to all 3 points in their return to the English top flight. We also hear from Ghana's Jordan Ayew as Leicester City's slow start to the championship campaign continues. We also have updates from the CAA Region 2 Seniors Athletics Championships. Kickoff is proudly brought to us by Shell, Shell Go Well, Zonda GH, Polytank Ghana, and Lesheho, Let's Improve Life. Let's start off with some athletics, and to the University of Ghana Stadium we go, and that is where the CAA Region 2 Seniors Athletics Championships is currently happening. Let's bring you some results from day one, and Ghana secured its first gold medal at the championships in the discus throw, which came from Rexford Bugase after a throw of 51.00 meters in the finals. Here's what the Ghanaian had to say to Citi Sports after clinching gold for Ghana.
A maximum of about 6 to 7 hours in a day. Yeah, it's not easy.
What's your personal impression? Where should we expect Rex to take the name of Ghana?
Yeah, that is what I've always been thinking about. And when always I'm training, my focus has always been to the Olympics. And then being the first discus thrower to represent Ghana in the Olympics.
Now in the finals of the men's 100-meter event, Kevin Arthur Paintsill finished second with a time of 10.56 seconds behind Nigeria's Olalu Olatunde, securing a silver medal for Ghana in the process. He also spoke after his race.
Yeah, prior to this, my goal was run fast enough to the point where Ghana Athletics cannot oppose me joining the guys in the relay camp. I think it's been a goal of mine to always run for Ghana. I tried last year, I just came short, you know. The guys ahead of me were just better than me, so they just deserve to go. And I think going into this year, I knew that this is where I need to be and this is what I have to do. And you know, this opportunity came along, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put everything aside and come show my face, because I feel like the other guys have been here before. They've done this since they were young, and I'm the only one that is kind of. I went to the U.S. by myself, but with my family, and you know, I got good at track, and now I want to compete. So I think it was to make a statement that, you know, anytime Ghana needs me, I'll be ready, and I'll be ready to represent well.
You had Kevin Arthur Pencil speaking. Let's get to some local football. And Bese Manche Nia Ibonte, the second says Accra Heart of Folk still have what it takes to challenge in the Ghana Premier League, insisting that unity between players, management and fans will be crucial in the upcoming season.
Football, to run football in this country is not so easy. Always I keep on saying that Togbe Afede is doing very well. So we also need to give him the support to achieve the aim. Also, for now, I'll say we need to win the league this year. Definitely. We have come back, we will give our quota and support our brother.
You had Bese Manche Nia Ibonte, the second speaking. Let's get to former board member Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo. He is confident that the arrival of head coach Masoud Didi Dramani and fresh faces in the squad can push Accra Hearts of Oak back to the top.
Oh, I'm very, very hopeful, because we've had tremendous training as a club. The boys are doing very, very, very well. They are very sharp now. And even the match we played with Kotoko about 2-3 months ago, if you were around, you would have seen the difference. I think the new coach we have now is doing very well. And I can assure you that the coming season we are really going to perform wonders.
Let's get to some other stories now. Former GFA Executive Council member and organizer of the Bese Manche Homowo Peace Cup, Samuel Nim Ado, has appealed to government to prioritize renovating the nation's stadia ahead of the Black Stars World Cup qualifiers in September. He stressed that improving infrastructure is the most urgent investment needed to support both national and local football.
Yes, that's one of the days.
I know they came into office just recently. We have issues with a lot of things. I can't mention all of them, but I think if we can invest money in our game, and we want to invest money in our game, the most important edifice to invest money in is the pitches, right, and the national stadia. We can't be doing events and all the time. We have to go and be in a situation where it is like, if you don't find money from somewhere, quick fix, it shouldn't be happening. Right. They should be tooled. They should be given funding to solve those basic problems. Even the lights, this is still not the level that they want it. And the FIFA officials are coming to do inspection for the Blasters. This is the national stadium.
Let's move on to some weightlifting now. And president of the Ghana Weightlifting Federation and MP for Wejagbawe, Jerry Shaib, believes the ongoing African Junior and Youth Weightlifting Championship is a vital springboard for young athletes on the continent. Now, the championship, which began on August 15 and runs through to August 22nd, has drawn participants from 18 countries across Africa.
It should be an exciting one. It should be competitive. It should be friendly. It's for the athletes to develop some more and to understand that it's just a sport. And the competition is just to win laurels, but not to fight, basically. So I'm hoping and expecting that it's going to be a very nice championship. We are in the festive season. We should even take advantage of it and get a lot of people on board to appreciate the sport. Not a lot of people know about weightlifting. In Ghana, the least financed sport, one of them is weightlifting. People's attention have always been largely on football. So we are hoping and praying that there should be a basis or a platform for them to join the sport as well.
Let's turn our attention to the English Premier League now, and Leeds United were in action on their return to the top flight. They were at Eland Road when they took on Everton Football Club. A late penalty from summer signing Lucas Mecha helped Leeds to win their opening match by 1-0. Now, speaking after the win, Leeds United head coach Daniel Farker says he is a happy man.
Yes, this is one of the days where you once start to play football and also became a supporter of the team. So it's second to none atmosphere here today in our fortress, Ellen Road. Monday night, floodlights are on, sold out stadium. First game since a while on Premier League level, and then such a dominant performance and a hard fought, but I think also well-deserved win in the end. As newly promoted side in the first home game to be there with 3 points, clean sheet win, well-deserved win. Also good level of, very good level of performance. Couldn't be much better tonight, and yes, tonight I'm a happy man.
Meanwhile, Everton manager David Moyes says he does not agree with the penalty that gave Leeds United all 3 points.
Well, I'm obviously going to say it's not a penalty, and I believe it's not a penalty. I've been to see the referee. The referee sort of took nothing to do with it. He thought it was to do with VAR, the decisions they've made. So I don't know what else I can say.
That completely suggests a lack of accountability. That's frustration.
No, the frustration is, that there's lots of other frustrations. We didn't play well enough on the night, but the big frustration is that, if anything, at the second half we looked as if probably a little bit more likely than them, and if we were going to get something out of it. I actually think the referees have had a poor weekend in the opening weekend. I think there's been a lot of decisions which...
Everton boss David Moyes speaking. Let's get to some news from the Championship. And Ghana forward Jordan Ayew isn't too worried about Leicester City's campaign 3 games into the new season. Now his comment comes on the back of the Foxes losing by 2-1 to Preston North End in the Championship, marking the second loss in a row for the club.
But we will take it under the chin, and we're professionals. The season, there's ups and downs. Obviously, it's still early. There's a lot of things that we need to improve on, and we'll just get back to work and improve on all the areas, keep on pushing and try to turn things around.
Coming away from home in any league is always a challenge, but what did you think you found most difficult today?
No, I just felt like it was a game where we played it a bit into their hands.
So you heard Jordan Ayew speaking there, and that's all for this morning's edition of Kickoff. I am Benjamin Nketia. Kickoff proudly brought to us by Shell, Shell Go Well, Zonda GH, Polytank Ghana, and Let's Share Ho, Let's Improve Life. The small sport at citysportsonline.com.
Services, innovative financial solution. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, no matter your situation, let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life. Papa no ankasa, Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic, stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super, and the Poly challenge we did for Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Ankasa. Polytank, the original, always the best.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance-robbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Hello everyone! Prices continue to drop at Electroland Ghana Limited. CDA Picky promotion on Samsung, TCL, Media and NASCO Electronics. Get a NASCO 24-inch LED flat for $899 Ghana cedis. Starting from 2,999 Ghana cedis, you can get 6 kg NASCO washing machine plus a free gas stove. And the Media Inverter 1.5 HP R410 Unicool split comes with a free blender. And when you purchase 65, 75 and 85 TCL QD Mini LED 4K TVs, you will get a free TCL FHD Smart Android TV. Now buy a Samsung 578, 582 and 636 liter side-by-side refrigerators and walk away with free microwave grill. Go to our showrooms and dealer stores across Ghana now. Call 050-315-9739 or www.electrolandgh.com for inquiries.
He's here, uncle.
Oh, you man, look at you, all grown up, innit? So good to see you, fam. I miss you so much. So good to be back home, bruv, innit? I can see a lot has changed, mate. Home sweet home, innit?
Sit down and let me serve you something delicious.
The food is looking good, fam.
Of course, some things never change. Just like how Gino tomato mix still gives my food that rich color and unique natural taste every time.
Hey, sister, just like I remember. Inquire, jollof ne die, jaika, eye danka sankasa.
Hey, ente dwane na ma ukasa na sisa sisi.
Say Gino die, efie.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
The Money Matter segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matter segment with Petra. You've been juggling clients, leading meetings, even growing your side hustle. But while everything else is moving forward, has your personal financial plan kept up? You might be delaying those big money decisions. Not because you don't care, but because you're busy or maybe unsure where to start. But here's the thing, opportunities won't wait until you're ready. That's why Petra is here to help you move with clarity and confidence. A financial advisor can come to your office or wherever works for you. Let's sit down, review your goals, and get your money working smart, so the rest of your year can be just as successful as your career. You've done the work. Now let's make it count. Petra is here to do life with you. Call Richard on 0593 811 835. That's 0593 811 835. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matter segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Oh, nana nyamia shemeso. Where miss way media mamia. Oh, 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 baby, ni mo baby. Now Brazil in India, meeting the swama sorry. Ooh, groovy, groovy. But I don't want no misery. Come yeah, come yeah. Ooh, groovy, groovy. But I want night in Nantia. Come yeah, come yeah. Groovy, groovy. Science, yes, baby, I'm a dream, my pimp. I feel a mania, dear, my commercial share. Quite sim to me, consona, dear. Oh, I know you, Nahina Musu. Nahina Musu, yes, Rokokra. Well. I ever sing a situation. Intiana, me baby, I jojo mama. Ooh,
groovy from the Music Man. And some special listeners are dedicating this particular song to their loved ones. Happy 50th to our queen, Mrs. Mavis Obingedu, Head of Consumer Protection and Advocacy Department of the National Communications Authority, NCA. From your husband, Mr. Kingsford Edu, Chief Accountant of the Public Sector Reform Secretariat, and your kids, Samuel, Shanessa, Stacy, and Sharita. Okay. Samuel, Shanessa, Stacy, as well as Sharita. You are our joy, our strength, our everything. We thank God for your life and the blessing you are to us. May the Lord continue to crown you with grace, favor, and long life. This is coming from the entire membership of Christ Tower of Grace as well. Okay, that came through early. Good morning, it's my wife, Mrs. Hawaheda Bayo's birthday today. Oh, Mrs. Hawaheda. Like me, she's an ardent listener. I'd be grateful if you could kindly share the message below from the kids and me to her. You are our anchor, our joy, and our everything. Your song, Violong, and I remain eternally grateful to you. Happy birthday, honey. We love you deeply. And this is coming from Raymond Yeldidong Bayo to his wife, Mrs. Hawaheda Bayo. Mrs. Bayo, happy birthday. Enjoy the day. Have a good one. 0549986996, 0549986996. That's where you can send your dedications for us to celebrate your loved ones for you. There's so much that's going to happen today, as you know. So look forward to conversations, interviews, great music, and everything in between. Godfrey Akotobua for Richard Delasky, Francisca Kakraforsen. So much to talk about. In the meantime, if you're frustrated with traditional banking systems that don't serve you, Solace Microfinance is here to serve you better. Solace Microfinance is a digital lending and savings platform dedicated to empowering Ghanaians like you. With us, you can open an account under 3 minutes using just your Ghana card and your mobile number. Start a target savings plan and market-beating interest rates. Apply for fast and easy loans to boost your business or cover emergencies. Easily deposit into your Solace account using any of your mobile money linked wallets. Transfer to bank and mobile money wallets. No financial jargons, no hassle. Solace gives you the tools and support that you need. Solace Finance, your money is your power. Oh yeah. Grooving to the sound of the Music Man, and Academic City University is calling you. They have two amazing events for you. One is for professionals looking to take the next step in their career. On Monday, August 19 at 6 p.m. prompt, graduate open date at the Quiet Terrace, Accra. Meet our world-class faculty, explore cutting-edge masters and executive education programs, learn how you can secure a scholarship, perfect for professionals and recent graduates ready to rise. It's all about parents. Also, we have another program on the 21st of August at 6 p.m. at our beautiful Hacho campus. Come tour our facilities, connect with our school leaders, and see firsthand why Academic City is the best choice for your child's future. 0549-403-0308 is the number to call. act.edu.gh is the number to call to RSVP. Don't miss out. Academic City University, educating future-ready leaders. Speaking of Academic City, belated happy birthday to Professor Fred Magbakonori. Yesterday was his birthday, Sky.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful, Prof, beautiful. You're a big man.
Oh, a major guy.
Too big.
Fine.
Yeah, man. Blessings to you, Prof. And if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, please discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? We have the Piva orange fruit drink. Recognized citrus flavor is what you get. We have the Piva cocktail fruit drink, Piva fruit drink. We have the grapefruit drink, Piva Tangy. All these flavors are available at a local store near you. Kindly call 0550-032-231. Piva beverages is a taste you will love. Godfred is busy typing on his laptop. I don't know what is engaging his mind right now. But Francisca also has something beautiful in front of her. Some nicely packaged something that I will tell you about shortly. But what are you proud of? Listen, for us at First Atlantic Bank, we are proud to be crowned the Digital Bank of the Year. Not once, not twice, but 2 times and back to back. This isn't just a fancy title. It's a celebration of our commitment and relentless drive to give you the ultimate convenience in digital banking. So whether it's through our mobile app, internet banking, USSD, or any of our seamless platforms, we make sure your banking experience is truly safe, fast, and secure. Why settle for less? Join the Pepple family today. Experience the true meaning of smart banking. 2-time Digital Bank of the Year back to back. If for enter your ear, you bow. Follow the conversation on our socials. First Atlantic GH, First Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. Let me come to the studio and peep onto the screens of Godfred. Find out what's engaging his attention this morning.
Oh no! So
what is it?
There's a story that intrigued me this morning.
Tell me about it.
That I wanted to share. So, poultry farmers in the Bunu region, and this story I'm reading from 3 News.
Okay.
Poultry farmers in the Bunu region have called for government support to tackle the falling price of eggs due to overproduction. And the story caught my attention because I recall sometime last year when the currency was doing its magic.
Yeah.
Eggs were one of the things that everybody was complaining about, the prices of eggs, because they shot up.
Yeah.
I recall my egg meter at the time was now Oyukote's Twitter account.
Oh, right.
Because every time the price goes up, and I'm not talking about ours, I'm talking about
Osuwan.
the Osuwan,
the food lady.
Yes,
I get you.
She makes the best ramen in town.
Good morning to her.
So I would check the price of eggs from her Twitter account, because she was always complaining
about the size of egg and the price.
Not the size, the prices. Because, and for those who buy it, I don't buy eggs, but I'm sure Francisca would, Sky, or would know that the prices went up. So when I saw this story, I was like, okay, let me just check it out.
So there's a glut this time around.
Seems so, and this is coming from the Bunu region. And if you know your poultry farm,
poultry hub, really,
it's the place. It's not like it's the place.
Yeah.
So the story is that poultry farmers in Ghana's Bunu region are raising alarm as their businesses approach collapse due to a significant oversupply of eggs, falling prices, and increasing debt. This crisis threatens not only the farmers' livelihoods, but also a vital economic sector in the region. The Bunu region is known as the heart of Ghana's poultry production, hosting over 300 registered farms that employ hundreds of young people. This area is responsible for producing half of the country's poultry products. However, their current situation is dire. Samuel Komlafuli, a poultry farmer in Kweku Bedukrum, attributes these challenges to an unprecedented glut in egg production. Wow. The oversupply has produced a steep decline in prices, putting immense pressure on farmers who struggle to sustain their operations. Quote, the market is flooded and we can't sell at profitable rates. Many of us are drowning in debt. The current egg glut is unlike anything we've seen before. And this for me is the key part of the story. So basically there's an egg glut. Prices have dropped. And so farmers have had to sell on the cheap and are saying this is not sustainable. But for me,
it's a good problem, man.
It's a good problem.
Yeah, because
where I sit,
market day,
you know. But I can also understand I am not a farmer, but I can understand the perspective of the farmer, because some of them will tell you they would have gone for loans to push. But then I would also appreciate somebody to explain to me, so what would they have preferred?
That there was a shortage and the prices went up?
Or there's like I don't know. I want to understand what this problem is, you know, because as a consumer, I am happy to go and buy the eggs
and it's cheaper
at these prices. But the thing also is, for me, the farmers will complain because a lot of the eggs might get rotten. Because
but that's not what they are complaining about.
No, but I'm saying
they're
because
about the prices.
Yes, because there's overproduction and they don't have places to keep.
Is there overproduction?
Yes, that is what they are telling you. That is why the prices have dropped. So first, is there has there been a reduction in egg prices? One. And then two, are the farmers looking at it the right way?
Good question.
You know, are they looking at it the right way? And three, which is my extension into This is Ghana.
But Godfrey, just before you go into This is Ghana, my difficulty with trying to connect the dots with the logic the farmers are raising is that does it necessarily mean that they are running into losses because of the market forces? You've got an oversupply, as you say, and the prices have gone down, but you're still selling eggs. Will the
maybe we are not buying at the rate at which they are producing. Maybe they produced a lot. They're saying they've never seen this before.
But are they selling to senior high schools? I think there's a huge opportunity there. Buffer stock is there.
The point I'm making is that having a glut which forces prices to go down doesn't necessarily mean you are making a loss. You have to see your volumes, the volumes you are selling. Unless they expect or they want a particular price so that they can meet the targeted profit, then that becomes a difficulty. I think sometimes you have to allow market forces.
Okay, so from that, I'm saying I want to see where the problem is, because for me, if I have to remove money to buy eggs and the prices are what they are right now, I am very happy to buy eggs. But we also ask ourselves what opportunities there are for other things to be done with eggs.
Exactly.
Preservation. What are we making to help the farm?
True. Because there are egg powders to people.
Exactly. So there are
all kinds of products you can derive from eggs to preserve them, increase their shelf life.
Yeah, and so I'm asking myself, is it that we've never been ready to take up the kind of volumes that have been produced? Because it looks like they did extra well this year, and suddenly the market is not ready to deal with it.
Charlie.
So, you know, Ghana is kind of an extreme place.
We are interested.
It's either there is too little
or there's too much.
And
we are complaining. We don't know what
either way we will complain.
Charlie.
Either way we will complain.
And the complainant varies. So when there's too little, you don't hear the producers complaining.
Yes, the consumers will complain.
And there's too much is the producer.
I think this is a fine opportunity, because if you speak to the CSIRs, they will tell you all the many innovations they have, how we can, add value to eggs, whether you're making them powder or all kinds of things you can do with the eggs that will increase their shelf life, that you can export, you can sell. And off the top of my mind, I'm thinking about senior high schools where there are so many students, because it's not been too long we've been complaining that the kind of meals they've been having in the schools are not good enough.
Maybe. Okay, let's hold on for a minute.
Yes.
Let's assume that all those markets have been filled.
Okay.
I doubt.
Let's assume all that demand has been met.
Even if.
So all that demand has been met.
Yes.
what then can we be done about that situation?
Well, you see,
because that is also a fair assumption to me, because they are telling you that the eggs are there and they are being forced to sell cheap because there are just too many eggs.
See, there's a concept in economics known as suppressed demand for product. So ordinarily, people, if the economic situation will meet those demands, will be able to say, I want to buy egg. That every evening or every day I should have at least one egg.
Yes.
Right? Depending on how old you are and like what nutrition, what nutrients you need for your body to be functional properly. But because the economic situation cannot support it, they simply won't buy eggs. Yes. You understand? So that those people are there. Many of them are in the system because even on the streets, how much is it selling?
Yeah.
So there are many
4 CDs, 5 CDs.
Yes. So you see,
3 CD 50 pesos.
So the question
you
is,
really buy a Kosiani Meko?
I think it's because he's one of those people.
It's a regular.
It's like what do you call it? What's her name? Yes, now you quote it. She likes it.
Antina.
But it's a nutritious.
No, she likes it in voluminous quantity.
So she's perhaps also enjoying this.
Yeah. So the point I'm making is that that situation appears to exist because there are people who need eggs, but simply because the economic situation will not allow it means that they are not buying it. Others who would have encouraged their family to eat a lot more eggs are not encouraging their family to buy more because they simply cannot afford it. So instead of say 2 eggs maybe in a day or in a week, they are doing just 1, or in some cases they are having the eggs. I think that the egg production situation in Ghana is not at that level as to cause the kind of commotion and fear we are talking about. In any event, if the market is unable to absorb what is being produced, there are always efficient economic ways of sending these product the farm produce elsewhere, so that they can be bought. The question is whether those markets, for instance, you have Togo, you have Nigeria, you have Côte d'Ivoire, you have Burkina Faso,
big markets.
Yeah, that's right.
Around the region.
Exactly. So the question is whether we are even meeting the standards.
The demand.
Exactly. So
I have an answer
I don't
for you
think
then.
it is.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
So a farmer has answered half of your question.
Okay.
And it presents an even bigger problem for you.
Yes.
So he says that the main issue is the prices of our raw materials for feed production and medication hasn't gone down much.
Okay.
Secondly, because of the appreciation of the cedi, eggs are coming in from the Ivory Coast.
Okay.
We used to supply to schools prior to free senior high schools because you were sure the school will pay. But currently, you cannot wait for the government to pay
before you get your money.
Okay, so there are a number of
this
is somebody in Doma, which is a hub, a proper hub.
Part of egg production.
Which is a proper hub.
Okay, so we can take them, the issues one after the other. The first one deals with what is the system, the state, or the government doing about the cost that farmers are having to bear in order to produce eggs and chicken for the market.
These things are imported. So that means that the raw materials for food production and medication are heavily imported. So dollar again comes in there.
Yeah, so I'll address that briefly. I mean, the first one. Yes. We do know that the government has their cook-on kitchen policy. Right?
Has it started?
Oh yeah, I mean they have rolled it out as we informed. So I want to believe that the policy would address some of these issues, particularly the question of feed availability, production of the same, because the deputy minister and the minister have been going around encouraging farmers to go into this particular space. Right. So if government officials are listening, and I do know that they are listening, then that's an issue they have to look at. How much is it costing to produce the feed? And the issue of medication. Is there a policy in place to subsidize how much farmers are spending on these 2 major items for purposes of chicken production? Of course, we do have many other areas that we have to, encourage people to go into. But it would seem that we need a lot of chicken produced for purposes of animal protein, eggs for purposes of animal protein and related matters. So government policy must address that. As for the question of cedi, again, it has its positive side and its negative side. I am happy that the dollar.
I'm not happy that the city is where it is.
No, I am happy. I am happy because
you are the minority.
No, because there are obligations that one would have to meet, and then also what it means for the local economy.
Absolutely.
Of course, I understand people who are exporting would cry that, oh, Charlie, why are you doing this? And people who send remittances to Ghana will say, Charlie, you are hurting us. But the truth is, we need to get to a level where it benefits everybody without disadvantaging anybody.
That's true.
Do you understand? So I am all for the CD even growing stronger. I believe in that. The third one has to do with what? The third aspect says what? It said, okay, the free senior high school.
Yes, they used to supply to schools.
The schools will pay that because that's when the schools were allowed to purchase.
But now they can't wait for government to pay.
Yeah, but before that, the person raises an issue with imports from La Côte d'Ivoire. What we don't know is whether these imports are coming in from official channels
or not,
or they are being smuggled into the country.
Then what are we doing about that?
And what are we doing about it? You understand? Because yes, we always encourage people to allow the market forces to work.
Exactly.
But there are times that, imports can come in through unauthorized channels where the government is not even earning revenue on those imports. And yet they are using those imports to kill local industry. I think that there's a question there for the, the Ghana Revenue Authority or the SEPS people to answer. How much of these eggs are coming in from external sources, and are we sure that we are earning revenue on them? And then the last one has to do with the free senior high school matter. I think repeatedly we've made the point here that one of the ways of encouraging our children to grow in a healthy way would be to supply them adequate nutrients they need to grow, and one of those
egg is
crucial. And it is sad that in many of our schools today you cannot have a situation where one egg is given to a child a day. It's something that Professor Bedu Acosta has complained about repeatedly. If government policy is properly tailored, then we'll have a situation where these people will not be complaining because of how much egg is supposed to be selling on the market. In fact, they can even hedge the price, because government will say that we have agreed with you to buy the egg at a particular price. So I would say that perhaps government should look at this area, very well, because if Akuko and Kitten takes shape fully, what it means is that a lot more eggs will be in the system.
That's true,
and that would also affect the prices of chicken products on the market. So maybe this is something that the minister and his deputy would have to be thinking about seriously, and then the Ghana Revenue Authority will also have to address some of the issues.
Information on demand will also be useful. I see him hinting there that because they are no longer supplying to the free SHS, that may affect demand or cause a reduction in demand. So that will be important, because an oversupply can still be an opportunity. If you have increased demand, then you're going to sell volumes and make good money. So I think it will be interesting to hear from them what the demand situation for eggs is.
But why are there no longer opportunities for exports too?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned.
We do import eggs a lot.
Yeah, but the question is, why are they no longer supplying to free SHS? That's the claim.
The point was that they couldn't wait for government to pay. The time government pays, it takes too long. So they need the eggs gone quickly.
Okay, that is also
okay. And I'm happy because a lot of farmers are responding to this. So that gives you a bit more nuance to this conversation. But the second one, Abio, if you can help me, has to do with, and for the buyers of Ikusiani Meko, when is this still 3 Ghana cedis 50 pesos?
Or it's gone down?
Or because by now, if there is a glass, it's 5 cedis. If there is a glass, Ikusiani Meko should be down to about 1 CD or 2 CD by now.
Ikusiani Meko 1 CD
or 2 CDs.
But how about the other? How about the other?
What other ingredients are in there?
The
pepper, the onions, the salt.
You need salt.
No, but Sky should reflect.
Yes,
the reduction in the price.
You make a good point.
Yes. And then also the cost of firewood. Or maybe whatever you are using to boil the egg.
That's notwithstanding. Egg is the main.
Yes. Yeah, I don't dispute that. I'm just saying that you're saying that the thing should move from 3 to 4.
The last time I purchased, it was 3 CDs, 50 pesos a while back.
I think it's 5 CD now. I may be wrong.
You've been buying things in the posh parts of town.
Oh my brother, it's
for us who are with the people, we the people, we buy it at 3 Ghana cedis 50 pesos. And if there is a glass, and that's also the thing that we've had to address with the recent issues with the city. the prices are not dropping, even with some of the everyday things that we expect. So, for instance, this glut should almost certainly have had at least a small factor push on a dent on the price of Kusiani Meku. So this one says, please tell them to beg the Kusiani Meku sellers to reduce the price. That's the only way to push demand. The price fall is not trickling down to the common man. Only the bulk dealers are making profit at their expense. This one says, sometimes I find it really difficult to understand Ghanaians. Prices are going down and you are losing due to selfishness at one side, due to the income he or she is expecting. And my good friend Reed Jerome, who plays in the financial markets, comments and says that Godfrey just read a message from a poultry farmer in Doma who says the Citi appreciation has attracted eggs from Cote d'Ivoire. My assumption is that also means Ghanaian egg exports are expensive.
Well, most likely. I mean, if you look at it economically. But again, these are matters that would have to be investigated properly so that the experts in the space can make informed judgment or pronouncement on the same. There's one here that says, good morning. I'm a farmer and as well as, my wife is also a farmer. I think that the message lacks clarity there. But says that the problem farmers are facing right now is the price of egg crates, feed, and medication. So 3 things are mentioned there.
Egg crates.
Yeah, the crates that they use to actually convey.
And then the feed.
And medication.
Medication.
Those have not gone down.
Okay.
Also, the middlemen and market women always want to make maximum profit at any time. Now, so the question of medication not going down and the feed not going down. Again, I mean, if the dollar has trended, the Citi has strengthened against the dollar, ordinarily it should impact the price of medication and how they import it, right? So what is causing prices to remain almost where they have always been? It would seem that
let me just say that in doing this in September, there's an opportunity for our friends in Doma.
That's very important.
And also those in industry,
in
foods,
across sectors,
to come and connect themselves.
You understand?
So that we can save the egg economy and drop prices. Mention the number for them.
The number is 0205
for our friends in Doma.
973 973. So if you are in Doma, 0205 973 973. And this is what is happening. We call it This is Ghana.
And This is Ghana could help reduce
the price of Koscielny Meko by 75%
when they meet in September.
Absolutely.
And This is Ghana.
It's happening at the Efua Sutherland Children's Park from the 6th to the 7th of September. So it's happening live and living color, 10 a.m. every morning to 5 p.m. daily, 2 days straight. Come and sell all your eggs. Go back smiling.
Exactly. And let me also encourage the government that schools are about reopening. And it's important that if the government still owes, people who produce and sell the eggs to them, they should make good on their commitments.
It's important.
It is important. Let's support the farmers. Other countries are providing subsidies to get farmers to produce enough to feed their populations. Food security is a major matter. So the Minister for Agric, the Minister for Food and Agriculture, the Minister for Finance, and one other one, the Minister for Trade, because all of you seem to be involved in this particular space. It is important that you make favorable terms available to the farmers to be able to get their feed, to be able to get their money when they are due. Please pay the farmers.
Very important.
And in the meantime, though, I think if we have to form a company quickly to buy the eggs, so that
and some add value to the eggs. But that's what This is Ghana is really all about. If you have the raw eggs, that one we would have taken it at the agri fair. But This is Ghana is value addition.
So what value can we add to eggs?
You can make the egg. Perhaps because that's not bad. But if you have a way of preserving the egg, the egg powder is very important. So you have to bring it there. Let's help you, finish all the products and send them beyond the borders of Ghana. I'll come back to what Francisca has in front of her because it's very inviting. Yes, inviting. But Edwin Kwakofi has joined us in the studio. He's going to bring us the tech and social media trends. That's brought to us by Telecel and First Bank Ghana. First Bank Ghana is running the junior internship program is ready back to inspire the next generation. So during this long vacation, we want to give your kids some internship opportunities, mentorship and counseling. So from July 14 all the way to September 12, we want to give your children that opportunity. Here's the enrollment process. Number one, if you have kids who are 12 or below, open the Kids First account for them. Those between 10 and 14, get onto the Me First account, then you apply for the First Bank Ghana Gino internship program. 5 days exciting internship opportunities at any of our branches are available. They will receive a certificate with products from Gino, Kivo, Top Up Pharmacy, Awake, Kiki, and Pepsodent, and then they stand a chance of winning an attractive cash prize by excelling in an essay writing competition. 0596-921-921 is the number to call. The Ghana National Council of Private Schools is proud to be associated with this. Edwin Kofi, let me guess what's trending. What's trending? Private jet trending?
Yes, you aren't far off from there. Because there are a number of names trending. Sefua, Ablakwa, Standogbe. Also Japan is trending. Because the Old Tafo MP Vincent Sefua posted on Facebook a couple of days ago insinuating that President Mahama used a private jet on a trip to Japan and Singapore, and this would cost the nation hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the Deputy Chief of Staff, Sandogbe, also responded on Facebook denying the claims and insisted that the president traveled using a commercial flight. This has since been backed by Felix Kwachofos, who is the Minister of State in charge of government communications. So aside from what seems to be wrong information provided by the MP, people are concerned about the language used by these two officers. So Standogbe called Vincent Isefua, among other things, low IQ. And Isefua has also called them uncultured. So they are basically they were basically trading insults on social media, on Facebook specifically. People aren't very happy about that. They also aren't happy that just a few days or a couple of weeks after such national tragedy, this is where the attention has turned to, and this is where the focus is. So there's a lot of people who are very, very upset by the turn of things, disappointed by the conduct of the two, disappointed by Vincent Esefua for what seems to be wrong information that he's provided, since he said that the flight took off at 7 a.m. And it's been proving that President Mahama
the president was in church.
So that doesn't correlate at all.
And as I said this morning, once you get it wrong, retract, apologize, correct the situation, and let's move on. We are humans. We make mistakes. So get it wrong. If you do,
tidy it up,
and let's make progress.
Because
make
the explanation on eyewitness last night.
No, I don't think that it is honorable. The facts appear to show that you got it wrong. There's nothing ignoble about saying that, I got it wrong, let me correct it and let's make progress. That is, you win people over more when you do something like that. But this whole business of calling names, I don't know why it has become the order of the day in our political space so much that people, instead of sticking to the facts, what are the facts? Did the president leave with a presidential jet or a private jet or some other a commercial jet? The facts would appear to lean towards a commercial jet. Did you assess in a way as to suggest that the president left on a chartered flight? It would seem that you made that suggestion. Is there a gap between what you claimed and the facts? Yes, there's a gap. Have you misled the people of Ghana? It would seem that you have done that. What do? You'd retract, apologize, and let's make progress. There's no space for insults there. And then on the side of Standogbe, as I stated much earlier, the code of conduct for public officials launched by the president, his boss, is clear that you should be decorous. Even where you are responding under pressure, people are saying all kinds of things to you. You should go back and read the document. This idea of calling people names just because they express views that may not be factual is not part of the things you should be doing as a senior government official. It's completely unacceptable. And I'm disappointed in the two of them that's how they are
both
going.
Gentlemen.
They should set the right example for us to follow.
Very important.
Yeah, so moving on, Agrada is trending on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah, which...
Anything happened in prison?
Well, President Mahama, he's granted pardons to 998 prisoners out of the 1,014 that were recommended to him.
So why is Agrada trending?
So Agrada is trending because some people put it on social media that Agrada was one of those who had been pardoned, which obviously was not correct information as it stands, because no names have been given of the persons who've been pardoned. She is serving a 15-year jail term with hard labor. She was convicted last month. So her being pardoned really didn't make too much sense. But that's what the information people are spreading on social media. So that is untrue. We need to make that clear.
It's information.
Exactly, that's untrue. So the third thing that's trending, Ridge Hospital, and I'm sure you get into that in your discussion, because a video that was shot from the Greater Accra Regional Hospital, it showed friends and family of an accident victim complaining that he was not being attended to at the hospital. They were very, very upset, running up and down the hospital, asking the doctors to come and check on him. The hospital released a statement stating that the crowd that had come disrupted activities at the hospital. They scared staff and patients as well, and also attacked a nurse in the process. So they were very upset by that. The Health Ministry also issued a statement condemning the attack. The Health Minister went to the hospital to see the doctors and the staff on duty, because he wasn't very upset with what had happened.
I thought he actually interacted also with the young man who led that attack or whatever.
But he's called for investigations, called for the police to take up the matter. But people obviously they are upset because the impression was given that the accident victim was not being cared for by the doctors, even though there were doctors present. The hospital had claimed that other people were being catered for. It's a busy emergency room, one of the busiest in the country, or probably the busiest in the country. Other people were being cared for, so they would have got to him in time. So there was no need for that attack. So that's all over social media this morning. And tech news, Elon Musk X, it's currently struggling on Android devices. I think it's one of the weakest devices for the X app. It keeps crashing. There are so many glitches. So the users have dropped as of July 2025 year on year by 49%.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yes, so it's a huge drop.
Just because of glitches?
Well, there are lots of other issues. The company hasn't spoken about why it's lost so many installs from new users in that period, but they are working. They say they are working on it. They are trying to solve all those technical issues, but any other issues that may exist, they are also finding out what may have occurred, and they are trying to solve that too.
Let me just quickly add to the tech and social media trends. So yesterday on our platform, within the space of AI, we became aware of what China says it is doing, that very soon they will be launching artificial wombs for purposes of producing babies.
Artificial wombs.
Yes. So they are aggressively developing a humanoid with the capacity to be able to receive a fertilized human egg, and should be able to produce proper baby within 9 months.
Wow.
So
and there are ethical issues to this.
Yes, there are a number of ethical issues there, whether we should reduce the production of babies to, the level of a commodity, for instance. What will happen to have not if people have issues with their wombs and cannot produce a baby, and they don't have money to be able to procure, because the range is around $14,000 thereabout to be able to buy. So there are ethical issues there. And then also, should we be using machines like that for purposes of producing babies?
But just
and what guarantees are there to ensure that we'll produce the right material, the right
just to understand, it's the humanoid is going to be doing surrogacy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Carry the baby.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's it for me.
Interesting. So that was the tech and social media. You're overwhelmed there.
You're overwhelmed.
Should we stop them already?
Actually,
well, there are issues. There are those who would like it because there are women you meet these days. In my line of work as a lawyer, who say they don't want to have babies themselves, but they want to have babies. So there are issues of how to even properly do that under Ghanaian law and all of that.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end point to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in now for the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Listen, guys. One day, an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack. And so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank, you first.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangerine. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you'd love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
What does better life mean to you? Better life means going on a luxurious trip, paying the fees of my wards with ease, giving a befitting burial to my loved ones when death strikes unexpectedly. At Quality Life Assurance PLC, QLAC, we give you the better life because you deserve it. Apply for the Quality Investment Plan, Quality Group Welfare Protection, Micro Insurance Product, and Quality Funeral Support Plan. Call us today, 0556 589 662. QLAC. We inspire trust.
When the pain is too much, don't know what else to do. So rapping all, we'll take the pain away. Rapping all,
Rapinol is what you need. Rapinol will relieve you of all aches and pain in your body. Rheumatic pain, menstrual pain, body pain, toothaches, and other feverish conditions. Rapinol is a quality product from Danex 18 Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. Not suitable for children below 16 years old, asthmatic, and ulcer patients. This advert is FDA approved.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Mama meme, mama meme, mama me, mano jilo, mano jiboko boko nana mai, mano jilo, mano jiboko boko nana mai, oh mano jiboko boko nana mai, mano jio, mano jiboko boko nana mai. Amakagbo yigamala koklo bayero hoga kablele godo ndeka kwe mano tutum yeah mano kubum yeah ajabana aleke gbagba one day yoga aleke gbagba usasa mabare one day yoga yata mano jiboko nana mai Manoji bako nana mai. Oh, Manoji bako nana mai.
It's 19 after 8 and 97.3 City FM is the show, Sky.
Yes. Let me just use this opportunity to sort of extend our condolences to the Honorable Alfred Oko Vanderpoy, who, yes, the former, Chief Executive of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly.
That's right.
Who served with distinction during his years there. He's currently the Member of Parliament for the Ablekuma South constituency, and we're hearing news of the unfortunate demise of the mother, Madame Agnes Yakoba Kondia, the mother of the Honorable Alfred Oko Vanderpoy. We want to use this opportunity to extend our condolences to him and the entirety of the family affected by this, and then friends and relations who have been affected by this loss. And we pray that the Lord God will grant him the strength to be able to live through these difficult times. He's one of the finest lawmakers we have, and we hope that he'll be able to pick up the pieces so that we'll continue to have the best of him.
I used to be a neighbor,
Oh,
in
yeah.
the same neighborhood somewhere
I see.
up the mountain.
Oh, beautiful. You were living with...
No, the car was just going to pass through, that now Chenche has passed through the building. It's very nice. With the Chenche.
No.
So, condolences to Chenche and the family, the honorable member. Our condolences to him. So we have some messages that have come through on the egg matter.
Yes.
So I'll bring you that shortly. I'll let Francisca help me with that. But life is full of surprises. When the unexpected happens, you need support that's convenient and fast. With over 180 years of expertise, Old Mutual understands that you don't have to wait for what is rightfully yours. You can make claims of up to 3,000 Ghana cedis instantly on all your savings policies. No long queues, no paperwork, simply claims paid instantly. Call Old Mutual today, 0307 000 600. Visit oldmutual.com or WhatsApp us on 050-833-3537. Old Mutual do great things every day. Now, your tomato mix should make cooking easier and fantastic. That is why Gino pepper and onion offers you a unique blend of tomatoes mixed with pepper and onions to make those delicious recipes come alive. No more wasting of time blending, grinding onions, pepper. No. You have it all in one. Now it's just saying, so let's make some sweet, memorable moments with Gino pepper and onion to prepare your favorite stews, jollof, soup, and many more. You can find Gino pepper and onion in any open market, retail shop, supermarkets, and many more. Gino truly cares. And we have some mess. It's crazy. Our Nigerian friends think we abuse eggs. They think we overeat. They think we enjoy eggs too much.
Yeah, and somebody says there's a myth surrounding the consumption of eggs in Ghana about cholesterol concerns.
Is it?
Most people limit consumption to 1 egg per week. I personally do 6 a day.
Thank you.
I think that must certainly be coming in from, if I'm not mistaken.
Who do you think this is?
No.
You suspect now. Because they don't consume the eggs.
Because the last time I was listening to her show, she said that she would park her car and then call the Uber to come.
Auntie, she said what I want to
Auntie, oh, for the
But I think that it's healthier for me to boil 6 eggs and add my pepper
6 eggs
rather than a lot of like 2 balls of bangkun rather than the carbs.
6 eggs.
Yes.
6 eggs.
It's a healthier option than your carbohydrates that you're eating.
Like when you
large.
cook it, you boil it.
Yes, boiled eggs.
You enter pepper inside with onions.
It's a meal for the day.
Wow.
Oh, 6
Anyway.
eggs.
That's the
Anyway, nice guys, not just me. Anyway, good morning, City team. Please, the price of egg is still expensive in the market. 65 to 70 Ghana cedis per crate. This is from Delali in Hohoi. Good morning. Is it really true that the price of egg has come down? I'm not sure. The whole of last week, I bought an egg for 4 Ghana cedis. And even this morning, it used to be 3 cedis, 50 pesos. Niogba Tete says, good morning, CBS. The major problem here is that in Ghana, no one regulates our markets. That is why there's a lot of kalabule in pricing. Good morning, CTFM. I'm Ebenezer from East Legon. I have an idea of using eggs with some kinds of herbs to produce a good cosmetics to vitalize our body and hair. Wow. Though I am not highly educated, but I have the vision. If I can get an opportunity into some cosmetic companies, I can let the lab and science people put me in, I don't understand, put me wrong of using eggs. I don't understand that. This is AKA Kokloji to do pomade instead. To do pomade lasted until you finished it.
Until you finish it.
Okay,
I think
that's what he wanted to say. Okay.
Just quickly on that though, I do know that those of us who like locks, right, like the one you're wearing, yes, and and we enjoy the company of people who wear locks, and also because of our history as Rastafarians, we use eggs sometimes as a way of giving nutrition to the
nourishing the hair.
So I think what he's talking about is an important area of possible value addition. Because imagine if indeed it is the case that we have glut in the system and we can produce enough to be able to feed such a market, so that people into cosmetics can have a lot more eggs to be able to produce, then we'll reduce the pressure on the CD to import wigs into the system. People will be able to wear their... I'm just saying,
Sky, where are you veering?
We are doing this is Ghana month, so I'm just making the point that I think I support his position.
This Agama is well.
No, it's important. It's important, so that the pressure of the CD...
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Mohammed Abdul Rahman says the problem of poultry farming in Ghana is the cost of feed, medication, and honest workers. Okay. It's far better to subsidize the medication and feed inputs rather than giving 3-day-old chicks. Similar thing happened during the rearing for food and jobs, where chicks were given out to party people and selected farmers, which at the end flooded the system with ready broilers with no market, which lasted for some months and everybody had to fold up again. So that's his message.
Okay, so those were some comments on the egg conversation we brought you earlier. Egg is a major ingredient in mayonnaise. Egg white and can be processed into powder, used as supplements as well. Okay, that was a quick message that came through. And then right, let's now turn our attention to the Ridge Hospital, Greater Accra Regional Hospital. Officially it's called, but more informally we all call it the Ridge Hospital, right? And there was a very concerning development that came from there. A young man and some other a group of young men went there, made a video that circulated widely on social media showing relatives of a patient assaulting staff, alleging delays in attending to an emergency. And let's bring you an excerpt of what happened here. Take a listen.
Needed. This is not needed. Let's just do the right thing. Somebody should just be inactive. Somebody should call somebody. Somebody should come and attend to somebody. That's it. That is all we are asking for. There should be any sense of agency, please. Mate. No, but you see, in as much as anyway, into right? It hurts. You understand? What do you mean by higher Ghana? There's a Ghana there, or be to me and nothing happens. I came here, media way your minor. Yes, in Kofu pre-emergency, let's attend to them. Or the whole coach guy, who point apple. So I want to do the said Diana, you need which was a higher Ghana. What do you mean, higher Ghana? That sadly, you be obia when you are when only part the house also be sabia, but professionally you try to calm them down and you go and attend to the person. Let me calm down. They're going to work on it. Calm down. Oh dear, you see, somebody should be around him. I don't know. So I just say they understood. What is happening? No, but no way. See, the person calls right now. Charlie. See. Charlie, Ridge Hospital. This is happening in Ridge Hospital. I don't know.
So that was Ralph, the fellow Ghanaian, that's his name, on social media. Later, we saw images of the minister visiting the hospital. We saw him actually interact with the young man in a warm embrace, and things had happened. He's mentioned that some investigation is going to take place. But on Eyewitness News last night, we spoke to Tony Goodman, who speaks for the Health Ministry. So let's bring you some of the excerpts from that conversation where he condemned the attack and assured that a thorough inquiry will be conducted.
We saw some video on our social media platforms, actually. A guy with other persons in the facility, creating a scene all over. So this morning, the Honorable Minister visited the place to see for himself exactly what happened. We saw a lot of staff who were actually assaulted. One was in bandage, rotationist was in bandage, and then the information we got was there was this gentleman, Cora, who sent a patient. This patient was being taken care of, and then he didn't understand the protocols of the facility and thought that the right thing wasn't done. And then some of his colleagues entered the emergency area with their cameras and assaulted staff. We believe that no matter what, we don't want to see such a scene in the hospital. If you have issue, we find a way of addressing it. So the minister has quickly condemned the attack and has asked that some investigation should be conducted into the matter. One, regarding the delay. Two, the assault and all other security measures that was actually put in place, because it is wrong. There are other staff who were on duty. There are patients who were in there whose privacy was breached at the time. So we are looking at this issue and we don't want it to reoccur. For that matter, we have asked the security agencies to quickly move into this matter and deal with it.
In as much as the actions of the gentleman has been condemned, there are also many people who say that no, he is right in what he said, because people come to emergency centers and instead of receiving emergency care, they're receiving delayed care. And when he put the camera on some of the patients who were there, they actually corroborated the claim he was making. And this could actually even be affirmed further by the recent surprise visit we've seen the health minister embark on, where he goes to the hospital OPDs and he meets people there and he gives orders for them to have expedited services. It is a problem that has to be dealt with despite the approach that was used. Don't you agree?
Omaro, if we decide to take the law into our own hands, go to a hospital, if you are not being given the best care or whatever we see that we decide to assault workers, it means that we are going to see a lot of this in our hospitals. What we are saying is that the attack was wrong. Whatever it is, we could have done this in circumspect. We could have exercised some restraint without exposing other staff who were there, without beating people up, without taking the laws into our own hands. You taking cameras. One of the workers who we met who was actually assaulted narrated a very horrifying story, the way he was assaulted. She was at work from morning to 8 p.m. because, weekends, the peculiar nature of Greater Accra Health Hospital, you have that particular incident, people just referring to the center, and they don't want to turn people away regardless of that situation, so they prefer to take care of them. Unfortunately, if we decide to just enter that place and assault people for no reason or whatever reason, we believe it's not the best. So we are condemning the attack and then go into the situation or the allegation regarding the delay, another issue that actually took place over the weekend.
You invited the police money to clear the place, but are you going to request for an arrest, some further investigation that will lead to an arrest, or how does this end?
We don't have that power. We have only reported this case. We've asked the persons who were actually assaulted to report themselves to the police. Whatever action, procedure there is, the police will take it up from there.
Very well. But would you also learn lessons from this, and perhaps generally in all our health centers, you would work at expedited service, especially in emergency departments, because the story appears to be a story that many people agree with?
Umaru, you will recall that the minister went to Achimota of Anko, and it was one of the reasons that actually took the minister there for us to see how best we can speed up processes anytime we visit the hospital, which means that, yes, we have taken up action. We are ready to actually work in resolving that issue. So as we are resolving, we want the citizenry to support us to do that and not to go to the facilities and start beating people up. We have actually taken notice of this situation and we are addressing it, as you may be aware.
So that was Tony Goodman. He speaks for the Ministry of Health, providing those details in that interview with Umar Sanda Amadou. He says he condemned the attack first of all and assured that a thorough inquiry will be conducted. I'm not sure if the issue has been reported to the police yet, because he says that
the security agencies have been asked to deal with it. As to the exact scope of their investigations, he didn't provide that clarity.
I actually said that the victims of the said attack are encouraged to report to the police because they, as a ministry, do not have that authority to do so.
No, certainly. Well, I don't know if that's the true position he's articulated. But the ministry, as the supervising institution for that particular hospital, has every right to refer the matter to the police for investigation, because this facility belongs to the people of Ghana, and the supervising institution is the ministry responsible for health, which is about 400 meters away from where this very thing happened. You understand? So you reach hospital, you walk for about 400-500 meters.
Yeah, the ministry.
The Ministry of Health is to the right, close to the National Health Insurance Authority.
Correct.
Now, look, let me speak clearly. I think the gentleman who led this effort, Ralph, has acted with the greatest respect, irresponsibly. And I will come to why. It is important for us to appreciate that, look, many of us take our wards, our family people, our friends' relations to the hospital. There are times we become frustrated when we see how nurses or doctors, deal
inertia
exactly with them. It becomes very frustrating, especially when you send people in pressing need of
emergency situations.
Exactly, it becomes really very frustrating. But those are bigger systemic issues that require robust actions at all levels to be able to deal with. And if you have concerns as to how you yourself are treated or how a relation of yours is treated, there are processes that are laid down for you to engage in order to get the system to investigate. If the standards that were used there, in your case, do not meet the acceptable standards, it is possible for action to be taken against the officer or the officers involved in providing you with a healthcare service that is below standard. The idea of moving into a hospital with a video camera, shouting at the top of your voice, commanding health professionals to do what you say they must do, it's completely unacceptable and irresponsible. It is not a model that we must encourage in this country. Now, we should understand the context of this particular matter and understand who we are talking about. This gentleman, I think they were at some point doing a demonstration to protest illegal mining, which we were all talking about. You remember that he is one of the guys you would have seen in a video, basically telling someone who was complaining about having access to 37 military hospital because, a relation was in trouble and needed to have some medical attention at that hospital. He was seen on television, on radio, or heard on radio, and on social media, telling the people that he used some really offensive word that the people who are in the hospital. He said something very derogatory, which attracted a lot of condemnation. He was among the people who were arrested for prosecution, blah blah blah. Some people think that he was heavy-handed and all of that. Government came in and they granted all of them. Amnesty in the form of the filing of nolle prosequi. With that background, I don't think that he should be involved in this matter. Of course, we are all against service quality that is poor service quality. We are all against it, and we pray every day that standards must increase across the country, and that when we pay our taxes which go into funding these hospitals, we expect the best possible care from health professionals. But to deal with those problems is not, the approach used was completely unacceptable. First of all, we have something known as the right to privacy under Article 18 of the Constitution, which in itself protects patients who are in hospital. The fact that you are in a hospital receiving treatment doesn't mean that anybody can come in there with a camera and start filming. There are people who are there who don't want their conditions to be known to the world.
That's true.
There are people who are there who don't want themselves to be known to the world.
I saw people's faces, I saw their conditions in that video.
Exactly.
In his quest to as it were highlight what he felt was an injustice or poor service being meted out to him.
There are regulations, there are guidelines that go into how you film even in a hospital. You require, in some cases, the permission. In fact, in all cases, you require the permission of the hospital first of all. And if you are to speak to maybe a patient or all of that, you need a consent of even that patient to be able to speak to the person.
Because even for journalists, you don't just
walk into
a hospital with your cameras on and you're
It is
filming.
completely unacceptable.
It's not proper.
If you read the Public Health Act, Section 167, which adopts the which makes provision for the Patients Charter of Ghana, also stresses the point that there is a requirement of privacy and the protection of the same for the data of the people who are in the hospitals receiving care, so that they can have their treatment in peace. What the gentleman did was a complete violation, in my respectful view, of the provisions of the Public Health Act and then also Article 18 of the Constitution. Furthermore, there is also the possibility that they may have assaulted, some of the people involved, because at least we've seen videos of some of the nurses wearing, at least one of them wearing what appears to be a band-aid or something like that.
We were told that
there are claims of verbal abuse and physical assault.
Yeah. And then also we are reading that a mobile phone cannot be found.
The mobile phone of one of the nurses cannot be found.
Yeah.
Again, if you
as a result is linked to that incident, I cannot confirm that. We are not confirming that, but we've read from accounts of some healthcare officials or officers. Yes.
If you read the criminal laws of our country, Act 29, for instance, specifically deals with matters having to do with assault. It deals with matters having to do with offensive conduct, which would seem to be one of the things in play here. If you read section 207 and then also the obstruction of a public officer in the performance of his duty. I mean, who are you to determine whether a doctor is acting properly or not? You don't have that competence or capacity. And we all can't walk into hospitals and start disturbing the patients there or the relations there as to how they are being treated or how they are not being treated.
That's dicey, isn't it? Because, I mean, as much as the manner in which the gentleman went about it is reprehensible, I mean, sometimes as citizens, I mean, we know it when we see good service. We don't have to be doctors or healthcare professionals to see whether a professional...
You don't know it.
No,
you don't know it. Yeah. You would assume.
Yes.
You suspect.
Yes.
That there is or there will seem to be a lack of good service.
Yes.
But I told you that.
And that assumption is on the basis of a certain frustration because you are bringing a loved one to a health facility expecting the problem to be resolved immediately. But when you walk into a hospital, they have the nurses use this term. They have this triage protocol.
Yes.
You don't just expect that once you enter, you are given priority.
That's true.
So you have to respect, you have to comply with that.
That's true.
And so that's one thing.
Yes.
The second issue is that we have a crisis when it comes to is it doctor, nurse, or health worker ratio with the citizens.
Yeah.
We have to appreciate that the nurses recently called off their strike.
Correct.
Okay, so there's that imbalance of the health staff as against the citizens they are giving care for.
Yeah.
There are infrastructural challenges. We've heard of broken down MRI machines here and there, even in major hospitals.
And basic tools like gloves and all those things they need to be
doctors
using
have
for
complained about spending their own money to buy gloves, etc.
That's true.
Our health system has an infrastructure problem.
Yeah.
It also has
logistics or supplies.
No supply problem,
Yes.
but what I'm talking about is human capital problem. So that you're expecting a certain customer service that you're not getting. So there are complaints about hospital staff being impolite, etc., etc. All of that is fair and good. That's the context we exist in. That's the problem with our health structure. My expectation from the health ministry will be to talk about, or the Minister of Health, to talk about some reform as to that effect, long-term solutions, not just what would appear, in my opinion, as public posturing. Now, in Sky, you have to finish your point.
So you see,
then let me land. I speak fewer words than you. So so in this context, it is certain that there's frustration. There's trust being eroded, etc. Trust of public institutions being eroded, etc. But that should not result in public disorder. That should not result in violating public order. Public order is necessary for society to function, for us all to function. Where somebody's right begins is where your right ends. And so taking the law into your own hands, it's unlawful. It's morally wrong. We've spoken about violating other people's privacy. I don't think that mob action is the way to go. And for me, this is also because of a certain inertia when it comes to public law enforcement, or generally law enforcement. We were here when a community led by, I believe, an assemblyman attacked an anti-galamsey task force set up by the IGP. We drive every day and see how motorists disregard the red light and drive through the red light dangerously. For me there's a growing public indiscipline, citizen indiscipline, and I don't think that sets the right tone for this country. Perfect. And I expect that the governors in their research agenda will address this problem.
Sky, so the point where, okay, let me let you finish.
Yeah. So
let me let you finish.
So
and then we can
on the
continue
point
conversation.
about the laws that I have cited,
yes,
including the
Article 18 Public Health Act, the Criminal Law Article 29, and all of that.
Yeah, Act 29. I'll talk about
Act 29.
What I'm saying is that
yes,
the supervising ministry should not just tell us that they have referred the matter to the police or the security agencies to deal with it.
Investigation.
Look, yesterday we saw the gentleman. He came there to meet the minister.
Yeah.
I mean, in my respectful view, what the minister ought to have done was to have there and then ordered his arrest, so that there will be investigations, and if we find it worthy and evidence to back the same, that he acted in a way as to breach all these laws that I'm suspecting, then we put him before the court.
You know, Godfred indicated that there were about 3 or 4 police officers in the video while all of this was
scene was unfolding.
So I agree with Sky.
But there was some camaraderie and rapprochement between the minister and the young man when he got there.
And that is unfortunate for me. Of course, I understand that he must have gone there on a fact-finding mission.
Yeah.
But he was at the heart of what happened. Of course, at a certain point, I heard him urging, some of the agitated patients to calm down and all of that.
Yeah.
But it would seem that he played a central part in what happened. And if that is anything to go by, in my respectful view, apart from shaking hands and whatever interactions that may have gone on, the proper thing to have done would have been to refer him or cause his arrest there and then, so that we will get to the bottom of this particular matter. Because we don't want to be in a situation where people agree for whatever reason, will walk into hospital wards and start ordering doctors about, beating some of them in some cases, attacking nurses, and in some cases taking their properties away from them. Completely unacceptable. We cannot get to that point. Because if you have concerns, there are proper ways of dealing with that. And I'll take you through what you do in just 4 main points.
Sky, can I just add that a crime or several crimes have been committed just by watching this video. It will not be out of place to expect the police to speak to this matter, to tell us who has been arrested. People were verbally assaulted. Somebody, we understand one nurse was physically assaulted. People appearing as unruly individuals, walking into a hospital, shouting, causing all that commotion. We expect to hear the police on this matter. This is public disorder.
So it shouldn't require someone to report
I think
before
that
the police comes in.
Should go into this.
I see a huge conversation and also a fantastic opportunity for real searching reforms to take place. This is a fine opportunity for us to start engaging with reforms, because look, from the legal point, you've made the points very eloquently, and that's established. Now, from the point of consumers, those who go to hospitals and expect to get health care service, look, we've had several stories, and sometimes even the healthcare practitioners themselves complain about the terrible attitude of most of their colleagues, the poor infrastructure, the lack of basic supplies, and even sometimes the theft of the supplies that are provided. So as much as the supplies may not be enough, some are in cahoots with colleagues, and they are stealing some of these things. The same hospital that this is coming up, though, has surfaced interestingly in the past, where every morning we see headlines in the papers, the head complaining about some of his officials, doing some conicorous things. They're charging so much for lab tests, and so people should go to specific private hospitals to get some tests done. They don't see receipts, they don't get details, pay so much, end up getting very little. So there's a real frustration, and people are not finding adequate ways to vent that. I am in no way justifying what Ralph has done. That's very far from it. So I want listeners to listen to me very objectively. I'm saying that avenues for remedies, when people feel that they have suffered medical negligence or some poor service, it's not really ventilated properly. And a lot of the times when you seek to go through the courts to report some of these things, there are ample stories we've covered that shows families and the frustrations they've gone through pursuing the legal process for justice for so many years, and sometimes they have this kind of feeling, justified or otherwise, that the authorities who supervise these people, who are supposed to call them to order, shield them from justice. So it's a very holistic conversation that we are trying to have.
Exactly.
That we have no right to go to a public health or any health facility and go and do what you saw over the period, but then the people also legitimately feel some inertia and I don't know, occasioned by a mix of all kinds of things that we've mentioned on this table.
I think you are on point with all the problems you have enumerated with our health system, and I articulated that point much earlier, that we are all frustrated with that. But you see, the way to address that is not to introduce chaos.
Absolutely.
At some point during my life as a journalist, I was deeply involved in the health space, doing a lot of coverage. There was one story that I covered, which was a documentary that went on to win awards here and there. We call it Losing Baby VAR, which investigated how Ghanaian couple based in Canada came to Ghana, received care at one of our leading hospitals for them to have a baby, and somehow in the course of that, they lost their baby. And it became a major national issue. Ultimately, it ended up in the courts, and some legal judicial pronouncements have been made on how patients should be treated at hospitals and what they are entitled to by way of information and related matters.
Correct.
You can if you're a lawyer interested in the space, you can Google baby VAR and you can and then versus Litsa Hospital.
What about us journalists?
But the point I'm making is that all these things you are talking about, there are procedures for addressing them. First, you make report or complaint to the internal structures of the hospital. So if it is Leicester Hospital and you went there and your relation was treated poorly, the way to address your concerns is to approach the appropriate complaints unit and report to the unit. File a complaint that, look, you came here on so and so date. You received poor service in your view, and that the matter ought to be investigated. If you find that for some reason the hospital is unwilling to deal with this matter, you can escalate them to the Ghana Health Service, the patient complaint unit. File a complaint with them. And if you are minded, you can circulate the complaint to the media, so that we can also put pressure on the Ghana Health Service to be able to do the right thing. If you, you don't find that the Ghana Health Service is the appropriate institution to deal with this matter, you can also deal with the Health Facilities Regulatory Agency. Otherwise, you go to the Medical and Dental Council, which then would also come in and deal with the specific health or the medical officer who dealt with you on the subject matter in issue, because they regulate the doctors and related health professionals in the space. And if it is a midwife or the nurses, then you deal with the
registered nurses.
And the midwifery council as the case may be. So the procedure for engaging the institutions relevant for dealing with these matters is clear. If you are in doubt, you can always seek for direction as to how it should be done. If you don't engage the process and you think that the way to addressing it is to pull out your camera, move into hospital wards and be filming patients who are receiving care, imposing emotional distress on them, that is unlawful. It is uncalled for. It is irresponsible. And I insist that the relevant institutions of state have got to act and bring the people responsible to book. We are not happy with service delivery across the country in many ways. But we also appreciate that there are many doctors. Some of them have to run 36 hours. I have friends in the hospital who are running shifts for 36 straight hours. The only time they get to get a nap is some 30 minutes or so. They are back working. Overworked yet underpaid. Nurses are also going through the same thing. Many other health professionals working in the space are going through the same thing. They also have a life.
That's true.
They also have a life. So yes, we expect the best possible quality there is for health service delivery. But where things go wrong, the way to deal with it is not what the gentleman did, and he has to be. He and the people responsible would have to be held accountable.
The many messages. I want to hear Godfred on this matter. I should read messages, right? Okay, let's get to it. It's quite an emotive topic, and rightly so. Caleb and team, this is the same guy who stopped cars from entering the 37 military hospital during the Fix the Country demo in September last year. When he was confronted by patients trying to enter the hospital, he responded, okay, you provide that response, we cannot share. You share the meaning as well. Let's not tolerate violence and unruly behavior in the name of activism, no matter what activism it may be. Yao, send that from Berlin. Thank you, Yao. Good to hear from you. The major problem in our hospitals is understaffing. The doctor to patient ratio is very great, and same applies to nurses. Do you know someone who studies biological sciences or biochemistry that's qualified to work in the laboratory, which has made many people who completed school from 2013 not to be employed by the health sector? Okay, you articulate the point that Francisca made early on. I disagree with Sky. Why can't we see every patient as our relative and do what we do for a relative and treat them as such? We have challenges in the health department and some shortfalls, but believe me, the laziness, and I don't care about some of our staff. I do not care. Okay, attitude about some of our staff should be looked at holistically. Okay. DJ Nature, thank you. Good morning, Sky and team. Caleb and team. Sky, you are my guy any day and every day, but I beg to differ on this particular argument of yours. You're right about the manner in which the guy went about things, but as far as this country is concerned, especially government hospitals, I have personal experiences. I do not do government hospitals any longer. I only go there only when there is a reason. That is prior to my personal experience. And as they say in Chi and Towa, not to justify their actions though, Sky, many complaints have been filed, but they won't mind you. That's why we have to resort to this. That's not justification. You didn't add your name. If there are more messages,
and should we
we'll
all
share them.
resort to this? What kind of society will we be living in? We walk into the hospital and everybody's shouting and jumping.
And there's a lot of chaos.
Attacking somebody.
That's very problematic. So many more messages. We'll be bringing them to you. 0549986996 says, Godfrey, the minister showed up. The minister was there. Health Minister Kobna Minta Akando was there. There was a video showing him with Ralph, the activist, in a very warm embrace.
They had a courteous exchange.
Exactly. And I just want to get your thoughts on this, the whole brouhaha of
but just quickly before Godfrey comes, should we be describing him as an activist in this context?
I mean, I'm referring to him as he's easily recognized. Okay. I don't think in the case of yesterday, what was seen was activism in a straight sense of the word. I don't know, but Godfred, let's hear your thoughts on this one.
Doesn't entitle you to break the law.
Exactly that's what I'm saying.
Even if you're an activist, you have to behave responsibly
within the confines of the law in the process of activism.
We can always claim that we're activists and come into this studio and slap everybody because they have said something that you don't like. Is that what we want to encourage in this country?
No, slap against me, PTSD. So you take your time for me. Take your time for me.
That's a good one. But here's the thing for me, and it's the reason why I preach certainty of institutions. You see, most of the time people don't understand me when I say we must push for a country where everybody knows what this institution does, and that institution knows its role and works all the time. When we push ad hoc solutions as the way of getting responses, this is what we get.
What do you mean?
What I said is not very difficult to understand, Caleb. What I mean is, we have created a system, Sky outlined this. If all the things that he has outlined there, you can report to this person, you can report to that, you can report to that, are things we have strengthened. Everybody knows exactly what to do in what situation. If you feel, you see, because people tend to make assumptions about people's jobs. And clearly, emotions do get in the way of those things. There are people who think our jobs are very easy. Until they come to sit here. I get it all the time. And the nature of modern media means that we have even been rendered more useless, where people think that everybody can do what I do. It's okay.
Yeah.
But if there were a proper system, you go to other countries, you cannot do what I do. Why? So I'll give you a typical example just to highlight this.
Sure.
When I moved to Kenya, in order to practice, I had to attend an interview. I needed to be certified and licensed to work, because I'm being paid a salary, I'm being paid tax, I'm working for a media house. I needed to be accredited in order to attend certain stage functions. You can't just show up. So they know where I am, who I am, where I work, and all those things. And it was the same for all my colleagues. So there weren't that many you can't just get up and say, I am a journalist. You know? And it's the same. So there's certainty of what? Process and practice. We don't have that here. So everybody does what he or she wants to get an outcome.
That's wrong.
Which is the society Francisca described, that if one day everybody will just show up and say, hey, I'm feeling this way, do this for me, do this for me. Is that how we want things to be done? So if you follow that path, then you understand that this is not sustainable.
Yeah.
Which is why it should not even happen. I am not a big fan of the outrage baiting Ralph does. And that is what he does. There are moments it has served people well. So they will say, it is okay. There are moments it hasn't served people well. And the thing is this, there will always be somebody at the end who doesn't enjoy that, what happens. But is it sustainable? You see, because you walk into a hospital. Just this weekend, I was discussing one such hospital with somebody in my house and saying, look, the person was complaining about a process of that kept a colleague in the hospital for almost the entire day. The person made the complaint to me. We put two and two together and reached out to somebody in a position of responsibility.
Right.
But that is me knowing who what to go to and what to do to try and resolve. Many people don't.
Exactly.
And there isn't a belief that if people do that, they will get the kind of results that they are looking for with the speed and timeliness. So people resort to Ralphism.
Yes.
You know, but it is not the right thing to do. Because if perhaps he had also understood, and that is why an activist is also an educated person. You see? Because we sometimes tend to equate activism with rowdiness, with saying that an activist, an effective activist is the one who breaks the law. It is not true. Some of the most effective activists out there pick their moments.
You don't necessarily have to be disruptive.
You know? But you cannot let your entire pattern of operation be
rowdiness.
You are a societal disruption. You can say that is what you set out to be, but I find that it's not sustainable. Again, after a point, what will you do? You are just going to get yourself into trouble, which is the position he might find himself in if Ridge Hospital decides, because you see, in saying that this is what should be done, this is what should be done. If he's sticking to a hearing and they say, do you understand how an ER works? He will say, no, I saw the people lying there, nobody was paying attention. Okay. They put up a chart and say, this person had received this treatment at this time. And so we felt the person was stable. We had moved on to person B. We were in the process of doing this to person B. We're in the process of doing this to person C. Every one of those people has a relative who is feeling aggrieved at that moment. Who is emotionally stressed because they wish that perhaps they are the sole focus of attention. But there is nobody who is the sole focus of attention in any hospital anywhere. Particularly in an emergency room. In an emergency room, the most attention you will get from a doctor is based on the doctor's assessment of the seriousness of your situation. None of us are skilled enough to make that assessment, no matter how much we think we know. I can raise a lot of challenges towards a doctor, but in the end, by the time the doctor is done, I might be saying, yeah, what did I just do? It doesn't mean the doctors are right. But the point I'm trying to make is we must figure out how these things work. Which is why I raised the points the other time when the minister went to the north and did what he did there. And said, would he have been happy if the same thing had been done in his workspace? We must learn to respect expertise a bit. You see, because what we tend to do is then poo-poo the expertise of these persons. And like I said, clearly there are deficits. But expertise is expertise. The application of it, we can have an issue with. But the person knows what he or she is doing at that time.
And we must respect people
and
in
so
their space.
I hope that, because I've seen a subsequent video of the gentleman where he looked a bit more calm. He had gone to another hospital of his choice, because he said that if he went back to that hospital, he was not sure that he would receive proper treatment. So he had gone to a hospital of his choice and was very calm and sitting down and was fist bumping. He had found an ideal environment to deal with his situation. You understand? But on that day, what you do not know is that your actions might have even led to somebody, one person somewhere, getting in a far worse state. You might not know. You understand? You will not know. You will think you are highlighting the troubles of the people to the world. But at that point, your actions might cause that one person in some corner within that hospital. You will not know. So for me, in summing up, the outrage baiting that he's on, this, I personally am not a big fan of most of what we call activism, here, because there's almost always some level of personal interest attached, and so I am very, very particular about who I hail as an activist. You see, because in this country, today you are saying this, tomorrow that person, and
interests are many.
Principles and morals are all over, including mine. I'm not innocent. So, because of my uncertainty about myself, I don't equate any level of principle or morality to anybody else. You understand? So, I hope he behaves himself a bit. The next time he has an opportunity and figures out other ways to make his case. That's all I will say.
Fantastic. More messages are in, and we'll bring you some of them. But of course, it goes to reveal also the sheer workload that the sector minister and his people responsible for that sector also have to do in order to make healthcare delivery services much more excellent than we have it. The people should also feel that when they have issues and they go to the health facilities, they will be attended to and they receive, excellent services as our own compatriots who go elsewhere and deliver. The issues and the challenges, the context within which we have discussed this are still very real, and it's not enough for the minister to once a while show up in one hospital and say, oh, this queue is long, let's try and do something about it, or the kind of engagements we are seeing. More far-reaching reform is needed in our healthcare service, so that if you go to the hospital, it shouldn't matter who you are. People shouldn't feel that based on what they get easy access to, either a bed or something. You're referring to baby VAR, and I recall also filing the report on the no bed syndrome thing some couple of years ago, where a 70-year-old man died because from one hospital to another, he goes to 7 major hospitals in Accra and he's told there is no bed. I mean, the level of frustration is real. So we need to address the infrastructural issues. And while we are at it, there are so many healthcare officials who are done with school and just sitting home idling. And all these people are still not yet employed. So while there is overstaffing and understaffing and underpayment in the hospitals, there are so many others too who are unemployed. And now we say we want to export them to Barbados and wherever where there is so much need in our country, and a lot of our very skilled professionals are also leaving. We must really reset the healthcare sector. And Honorable Kwabena Mensah-Kando, if you are listening, you have more work to do. A lot of work to do. There are many messages here. Let's Kaka help us with them.
Okay, and Mr. Bright in Abokobi says, I will be very surprised if authorities sit down and look on without getting this man arrested. Hello, team. Instead of the authorities getting him arrested, you are shaking hands with him to embolden him. What kind of country is this? If we do not nip this in the bud, the next place might be a security zone and we might not like the outcome. Ghana. Well, this person says the incident at the Rage Hospital was very unacceptable. But please, the way people get handled by some health staff is disheartening. You can imagine watching a loved one being watched to die in the hands of unconcerned practitioners. You can snap and lose your sense of sanity. You would act to get the person saved. Let's pray we never find ourselves in that situation. I'm a health worker, but I'm scared of the negligence of my own system. Otuo in Abeka sent that one. Kafui in Majon says, Sky, as usual, you have delivered verdict on the irresponsible behavior of this so-called Ralph guy. Good morning, Caleb and team. Sky, what do you do when you try to engage a doctor about a patient or relative's condition and he tells you I'm busy, but later comes to engage you when the unfortunate happens? Hello guys, I agree with Sky a lot on this matter. Even abroad, ambulances queue to get their cases seen at the ED. People are just eager to blame nurses for things which are not their fault, but these same nurses, when they travel to the USA and the UK, are hailed for their job work done. That guy should be arrested for breaches of privacy and assault on health professionals. It's high time the Minister for Health sat up. That's Kwame in Liverpool.
Lots to chew on. We'll take a very quick break. When we're back, a lot more for you.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EchoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EchoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EchoBank.
EchoBank, a better way to bank your way. EchoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Always busy on the go. Tap the app, you're good to go. Big dreams, little time. There's a boat for you to ride. Every single time, yeah. While the errands will link up or more, hop in a boat and get out and explore. There's a boat for you to ride, yeah. Make moves and flow. Use code KEEPMOVING50 for 50% off your first 3 rides. Download the boat app now. Make moves and flow.
Hey, so
what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It'd be a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement, unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Hello everyone! Prices continue to drop at Electroland Ghana Limited. CDF Picky promotion on Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO Electronics. Get a NASCO 24-inch LED flat for $899 Ghana cedis. Starting from 2,999 Ghana cedis, you can get 6 kg NASCO washing machine plus a free gas stove. And the Media Inverter 1.5 HP R410 Unicool split comes with a free blender. And when you purchase 65, 75, and 85 TCL QD Mini LED 4K TVs, you will get a free TCL FHD Smart Android TV. Now buy a Samsung 578, 582, and 636-liter side-by-side refrigerators and walk away with free microwave grill. Go to our showrooms and dealer stores across Ghana now. Call 050-315-9739 or www.electrolandgh.com for inquiries.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
That's right. Reality check, you know what I mean? Street lights, eh? Dookie. Scorpion. When I was young, I used to dream of being rich. Having a lot of houses and cars, couldn't know which one was which. And finding me a chick and getting hitched. Living the fairy tale life, perfect without a glitch. You think that this would bring me happiness? If at the end of every rainbow there was a treasure chest. Sometimes having more is really less. Take a look inside yourself, you realize you're really blessed. No matter how you're sad and blue, there's always someone who has it worse than you. Sometimes you gotta pay your dues. So don't worry, just push on through. Keeping it real. Gotta dig up all my peoples who be working on the future, though they know they gotta struggle. Keeping it real. To all my homies working on the 9 to 5 and doing right to keep themselves up out of trouble. Keeping it real. Although sometimes I know it seems impossible, there ain't no need in drowning in your sorrow. Keeping it real. If things are as bad as they can be, you could be sure to be a brighter tomorrow. I never got to have myself the house, the mansion, and the Benz. I'm not the kind of brother who be making mad ends. I got myself a girl, but we be kicking it as friends. It's not enough, well maybe that depends. Again, not everything you want is everything you really need. The standard of society is motivated by greed. Are you prepared to follow? Tell me you prepared to lead. So persevering, you succeed. Keeping it real. Gotta dig up all my peoples who be working on the future, though they know they gotta struggle. Keeping it real. To all my homies working on the 9 to 5 and doing right to keep themselves up out of trouble. Keeping it real. Although sometimes I know it seems impossible, there ain't no need in drowning in your sorrow. Keeping it real. If things are as bad as they can be, you could be sure to be a brighter tomorrow. All the harsh realities appears to come in 2s and 3s. Don't worry, cause there'll be a better day. One thing I can promise you, just keep on keeping on. I swear to you, there's gonna be a brighter day. I used to dream of being rich. Having a lot of houses and cars, couldn't know which one was which. And finding me a chick and getting hitched. Living the fairy tale life, perfect without a glitch. You think that this would bring me happiness? If at the end of every rainbow there was a treasure chest. Sometimes having more is really less. So take a look inside yourself, you realize you're really blessed. No matter how you're sad and blue, there's always someone who has it worse than you. Sometimes you gotta pay your dues. So don't worry, just push on through. Keeping it real. Gotta big up all my peoples who be working on the future, though they know they gotta struggle. Keeping it real. To all my peoples working on the 9 to 5 and doing right to keep themselves up out of trouble. Keeping it real. Although sometimes I know it seems impossible, there ain't no need in drowning in your sorrow. Keeping it real. If things are as bad as they can be, you could be sure there'll be a brighter tomorrow. That's right, Simon.
It's 21 after 9, 97.3 Citi FM, 0549969996. That's the number to engage us. My name is Caleb Good. I'm here with Francisca Kakrafosen, Richard Delasky, Godfred Akotobuafo. We have so many of your messages in, but let me get your attention. Attention, please. This is an account information update call from Omnibasic Bank to our beautiful customers. Kindly proceed to any of our branches or visit our website www.omnibasic.com.ga to update your account records with your Ghana card. For more information, call 0307 086,000 0800 100790. Have a beautiful day. Omnibasic Bank, not just another bank. Are you passionate about building a stronger, greener future for our nation? If you're tired of dealing with structures that can't withstand the elements, GASM, the nation builder, stands with you every step of the way. It's time for an upgrade. We're introducing the all-new GASM Eco Cool. This is not just any cement, it's made to overcome all your building and construction challenges while being sustainable and eco-friendly. For the first 1 million Eco Cool bags purchased, 1 Ghana Citi will be donated to the Tree for Life Restoration Initiative by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, reinforcing GASM's commitment to environmental sustainability. With GASM Eco Cool, you're guaranteed superior quality, a flawless finish, and every single time. Why settle for less when you can build with the best? Make Eco Cool your go-to choice for any building project. GASM Eco Cool, cementing a sustainable nation. GASM, the nation builder. So this one is the National Information Technology Agency, NITA, the National ICT Regulator, an agency under the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, and it brings you this year's National ICT Week. The theme is Ghana as Africa's Digital Trade Hub, Innovation, Policy and Partnership for the Future. Accra International Conference Center is the venue. Monday 25th to Thursday 28th August is the date. 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. each day is when it's happening. The event brings you a lineup of impactful discussions, exhibitions, and engagements that highlight Ghana's leadership in digital on the continent. So join us as we connect policymakers, industry leaders, innovators, and the public, all working together to shape the future of digital trade in Africa.
I'm in 2s and 3s, don't worry, cause there'll be a better day. One thing I can promise you.
let me just say that while we are talking about this issue of health professionals,
yes,
the service quality, and then also the concerns over what happened at Ridge Hospital.
Yes.
Nigeria is facing a major crisis as we speak in the health area. I was reading this story yesterday, but DW Africa just posted it, that a new report by Smart DNA Nigeria has revealed that 1 in 4 paternity tests in the country returns a negative result, fueling what many now describe as a paternity crisis.
1 in 4?
1 in 4. Now, the 2025 annual DNA testing report shows that 25% of tests between July 2024 and June 2025 confirmed presumed fathers were not biologically related to the children. Now, most requests came from men, nearly half aged 41 and above. Now, children under 5 accounted for the majority of cases, reflecting growing demand for early clarity and avoiding conflicts later in life. Now, most strikingly, 64% of firstborns, especially boys, were found not to be biologically related to their presumed fathers, a rate far higher than that of later born siblings, and is attractive. Just a post just went up on DW Africa's Facebook page. I was reading this story elsewhere on a platform, with a global platform I share with some other people, and it is a concerning situation. Perhaps we would have to look at the Ghanaian context too, because
this is specifically Nigeria. One in four.
5%. Yeah, that's right. That's a serious matter.
Oh my God!
And these things wreak havoc at home. They create problems because imagine looking after a child you believe was yours for 25 years, educated her up to Gimpa, University of Ghana, Cape Coast, later Oxford.
You find out that Charlie,
and you find out later that you may have, and sometimes the problem may not well be that the woman was unfaithful.
Exactly.
It may well be the negligence of the health professional who may have handled the situation. Probably swapped one baby for the other.
Because I was going to ask that for this 1 in 4, is it that the DNA is tested on the mothers to also verify whether or not the kids are both not for their dads and their mothers presumed?
The report doesn't explain that, but that is also an important caveat. But from the way it's presented, it would seem that there may well have been some conclusive evidence that these are not the biological fathers of the children. But the truth is also that many of our women also sometimes do some of these things.
Did you say many?
Many, yes, sometimes many.
You came to
I'll leave this to Francisca. Yes,
many. I didn't say most. Many. I mean, I've dealt with cases. Many.
But Francisca, talk to us.
You want me to say some?
Yes.
Sam, then you want to, okay. If you that would serve your purpose.
Thank you.
But what is happening? Is there anything we should know
about
on this particular story?
No, I think it's an interesting research. I just think that it's important. What Sky did was important to put out the various the potential reasons, not just limiting it to perhaps infidelity on the part of the mothers. Yeah, that's really it.
And also, you see, at the point I was talking to at least 2 people who had said that they have had to do that in order to satisfy in-laws that they could bear children, after repeatedly telling their in-laws that the problem will not well be coming from the women. You understand? So then, in one of these cases, the man had refused to go and see. So the woman had repeatedly seen a doctor. The doctors cleared her that, look, the guy said, no, you don't have any problem. In your condition, you should be able to have baby without any problem. Bring the man over so that we can look into, investigate and see whether the problem is coming from his side.
Yeah.
For some reason, the man adamant. Didn't want to go. They did everything possible. He wouldn't go. Because according to the man, he had prior issue elsewhere. So that would have been evidence of his competence to be able to perform in that space. Forgive my use of these words just to clamor. So he insisted that, look, I am not the problem. So he refused to go. The woman was also under pressure from the in-laws that, look, if you can satisfy the requirements of producing a child, then we probably will force you out of this house, and then that will mean that we'll get somebody else for the man to marry. In the process, he found a way out, which was to go and get a donor, and in this case went into someone's facility and got what's the name, sperm donor, and then did this, and it's become an issue. And some of these things get exposed not because the men want to go and investigate. You want to travel outside the country, and then in America, when you're going to America these days, some of the demands they make will be that you should produce evidence of compatibility, and if you cannot produce that, it becomes a problem. So I think it's an area that we should look into and try and separate the issues. Which one is accountable for infidelity? Which one
is medical negligence and baby swap or something like that? There's a message here from someone we know closely. You made a really important point, Caleb, about avenues for remedy after medical negligence. An uncle died earlier in the month from a botched surgery at a hospital. Because the family doesn't know how to pursue, it's now a Fama Nyame case. No one knows how to seek easy redress after clear negligence. Hospitals even also falsify death certificates sometimes. You know, I have been close to a particular story in one of the big hospitals here where the family felt wrongly done by some high-ranking surgeons. I mean, they found the whole process to be not to be transparent. The engagements, the demands for money, and the payments to some sources, and even the receipts being different from the institution where they're having the surgery or the operation done. After everything else, things go south, and when you're seeking redress, you go to court and it takes you so long. You know, sometimes some of the family live abroad, they have to come and go. So the legal process for redress in situations of medical negligence is also very cumbersome, Sky. And I honestly think that something must be done so people have enough confidence that when they go to the hospital and in the event they suspect some foul play, they can get redress and so done in a timely manner. Because a lot of families, I can say, I don't have evidence, but I dare say that this is not the first, this is not the last. There are a good number of families who feel wrongly done by and have just given up out of frustration because they don't have the financial wherewithal, on top of the emotional distress they are going through, having lost loved ones, to pursue legal, redress.
Well, you see, you've raised a very important point, and that is why we must appreciate that your output is an input for some other institution to be able to do his work.
Correct.
As we have already stated, there are so many levels of inefficiency within the public health system.
Yeah.
And even if you go to the private hospitals too, there are so many levels of inefficiency. But it is said that they are sort of better. So the service quality there would seem to be better compared to what happens generally in the public hospital. That's what people say. I don't have the evidence to back that. But I think it's important that the same problems we see within the health system, they are in another shape and form within the judiciary.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
I can tell you about land cases that sometimes take 30 years to resolve, sometimes 40 years to resolve, sometimes 15 years to resolve. Common debt collection issues sometimes even travel so many years. By the time that you finish, the amount of money that you are collecting becomes meaningless. There are people who are accused of committing one crime or the other who spend years on remand without getting a resolution to the matter in good time. And we are aware of the often quoted phrase or the sentence that justice delayed is justice denied. I agree with all of that. What we can do is to insist on the public institutions responsible for these spaces doing their very best to transform their spaces so that it would not take 5 years to resolve a matter involving somebody's alleged murder. It will not take, 10 years to resolve a matter having to do with alleged medical negligence. Because these are matters that should be resolved in good time so as to bring closure to the people involved. At every level, we demand efficiency in service delivery. You understand? What we should not encourage, imagine someone says that, the son was, allegedly killed by another man, and anytime they go to court, the judge is adjourning the case, or the lawyers are playing what sometimes they call tricks, and therefore let him go there with a gun and do an irresponsible act. Is that what we would encourage? No, we cannot encourage that. You understand? It is the worst of examples to cite. But it is similar to what we saw at the hospital.
The logic.
Exactly. I'm just receiving, a message from, Dr. Marco. one of the finest brains we've had in this country ran so many institutions, including our educational space. Talking about how service delivery to our own Ghanaians compared to what happens to foreigners appears to be an issue. So, except in a few banks, for instance, she says, service delivery, even in commercial outlets, is so poor. Most employees, especially in the public sector, our assemblies, need in-service training on customer relations. So, for instance, she tells me about an experience she had recently going to the Adenta Municipal Assembly to pay her taxes, plus report some issues to the assembly. And until she saw the MCE, the people who should have acted were sort of being lackadaisical over the matter.
It's good. A lot of the times, until people know you, their response to service is so subpar. And it really worries me. It cuts across not just the health sector. I mean, we're moving on from this thing and just focusing on the quality of service we enjoy. Look, when we're happy about anything, we go all out and we talk about it. But I think this is a part of us that we really may need to look into. Look, Godfred, honestly, look, there are many times that you go to offices, whether it's government, it's private, or someone's business they are running, and I'm coming to pay you for a service. Look, I'm the reason you are there. Even if you don't care about me, it is my money. My money is why you are there. You claim to have a service or a product that I want. That's why I've come there. But they treat you like you don't matter until someone comes and says, oh, it is you. Oh, fine. Then suddenly they change. It happens with the police. It happens with...
Because you took them.
Oh, it cuts across. Yes. Do you understand? So if the people don't know you, oh, Massa, you can spend the whole day there. And that is a part of the Ghanaian malaise that really, really troubles me. Really, really troubles me. Our service delivery... I can't breathe. Honestly, I can't breathe.
It's not going to change anytime soon, is it?
Fine.
Because it's the same people who are there, right? But we've had conversations about how to make these systems more efficient. We've gone back and forth over decades now on just trying to improve these systems. We've seen some of the state organizations take this up. So we spoke about DVLA back in the day. I don't know if it's still the same. I haven't been there. People talk about
they have been improving.
If you go to the passports, like the digital center here, they've been able to improve their services. But I ask myself one thing: the private sector seems to have found a way to improve most and by that I mean the large ones. But because, for instance, back in the day, if you went to a bank, you would sit there and what you hear is next. These days, you go, they tell you, type in this. You get a ticket. You sign digitally. Then the system calls you D115. Teller 2. That system has what? Improved. What does that mean? It's sped up the system. Whilst you are on the floor, most of the time you find these young men and women who move in between the halls. Oh, do you need help? You've been here a bit long. What can we do? You understand? So you find that with a lot of these companies, they found ways to improve. It's not perfect, but over the years they found ways to improve the customer experience.
And they've also segmented the market.
Exactly.
So you like this, they will give you premium service.
Yes.
No, I would.
Already has a relationship manager.
Let's
have to go there.
If you sign up for that.
Yes.
You understand? If you sign up for that.
Which is what you're on. That's what Sky is trying to establish.
Yes, I am with the people.
He has left the people. He has left us in the struggle.
I have not left the people, please. When it comes to these things, I am very much with the people.
So I know you are with us.
Yes, I'm with you. You understand? What the organizations that we are looking at, so hospitals and the rest, have not done is to be able to import these practices
of excellence
into their operations. So if you went to the Lands Commission, for instance, today, what is the process of stating what you are coming to do there, who you are going to see? A system that is devoid of a human being looking up from it, because those systems are timed. They know that within a 2 or 3 minute period, you should have been able to deal with one person and move on. Okay, But for some reason, the state institutions have proven resistant
to change
to these improvements that seem to have occurred quite nicely in the private sector. And that is what we need to uncover. Why the state is averse to importing these good practices. So if you went to a hospital, for instance, some of the hospitals, some of the private hospitals have found ways to even improve that service. Again, you go there, they will tell you, it's digital. You do this, you do that, you do that.
The records are digitized.
Yeah, if you've been to any of the SNIT hospitals, I mean, the experience is quite different for some of them. Not all of them, for some of them. You know.
Godfrey, just to add, some public hospitals, I recently went to Kolebu.
Yes.
And I was asked to do a digital ID card. And I didn't spend more than 10 minutes. It took me about, 10-15 minutes to see a doctor. And I spent, barely 20 minutes with a doctor. So I think that some public health institutions are doing some good work.
We need more of those then. It needs to become the norm.
Yeah.
It will take away most of these things.
Human element.
You see, it also gives you a fallback when you have to file a complaint. Because if I'm filing a complaint, what time did I show up? I showed up here at 3.
Yes.
This is my ticket. It shows that I was here at 3. I was supposed to have been taken care of by this time, by this time, by this time. Rather than what we have where it's you versus some manager or somebody, which turns into a shouting match, all those things.
Yeah, it's a conversation that we'll continue to have. We'll continue to hammer this until we get the system overhauled and improved for the love of the country. Thank you, Godfrey. Thank you, Sky. Thank you, Francisca. We have friends coming from the Chartered Institute of Taxation, Ghana. We have a conversation on tax shortly, but the Image Bureau is calling you. Image Bureau, April Communications, National Theatre, Cam C. Wole Soyinka's legendary masterpiece, Death and the King's Horseman. Prepare to witness Ellison Oba, the King's Horseman, torn between a sacred tradition and a worldly desire. 4 explosive days, 8 unforgettable shows. Saturday 23rd, Sunday 24th, another Saturday 30th, and then Sunday 31st, all of August, with 2 shows at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. National Theatre will be buzzing with creative theatric excellence. Tickets are selling for only 200 cedis standard, 300 cedis VIP at www.imagebureaugh.com or dial *714*46# to buy a ticket. For more information, call 055-1313-134. Death and the King's Horseman is spotted by Citi FM, Channel 1 TV, Knee Plans, Car Rentals, and the Ghana Tourism Authority. Our sponsors are Stanbic Bank, the luckiest with draws and instant prizes at each shows. Bill savings and loans, proudly brought to you by MTN. Let's stay connected everywhere you go. Death and the King's Horseman. Don't just hear about it, be a part of history. Be present when the horseman rides. If you're looking to buy land, a home, renovating, or looking to go smart with your current space, or you're a construction company trying to scale up with the latest digital solutions for creating the ultimate in luxury design for modern living spaces, then don't miss the Graphic Greta Home Fair and Housing Dialogue. Accra Mall Food Court is where it's happening 28th to 30th August 2025, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day. You'll get to meet top vendors in housing, construction, decor, landscaping, and digital home solutions all under one roof. Call 0548019572. The Graphic Greta Home Fair and Housing Dialogue is powered by MTN everywhere you go. Quick break. When we're back, Francis Timo Boy, Fred Awute in the studio for a great conversation. Stay with us.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Ebusuafo ehiem enuanum edwendwen sene wo beye maame yi
mensa ka 15,000 Ghana cedis every ayofo busumi bia metua 15 cedis pe medeni nyina eboa ya maame yi no
mensuma je 10,000 Ghana cedis every ayofo nchen medie 10 cedis na metua free me momo busumi bia
menko ade misika na amao ayofo ne se amfa
na se ye nyina na register ayo family cover no na wo kai last a wo de sika to wo momo so
ish asa cheka crow.
Chese wontua wo ayo ntoboa no. Se wentua wo ayo family cover sika no bosumi bia. Policy no enye adwuma. Enti hwese wo ni wadofo bambo no beye adwuma. Hwese sika be wo momo no so abri bia na wetumi etua bosumi bia entem so. Pe ayo package a ebeboa wo. Ninya bambo pa. Kai se nhihye kakra da ho. We ye nhihye free Salam Alliance Life Insurance Ghana Limited.
Ayo, because you care.
Be there for you and your family.
I warned you, Elation. The river which fills up before our eyes does not sweep us away in its flood.
From the stables of April Communications, the National Theatre and Image Bureau comes the pinnacle of African theatre.
No. My powers deserted me.
No, child. It is what you brought to be.
Wala Shoinka's timeless classic, Death and the King's Horseman. Live at the National Theatre, Saturday 23rd, Sunday 24th, Saturday 30th, and Sunday 31st August at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Tickets selling now for only 200 Citi Standard and 300 Cities VIP at www.imageburowgh.com or dial *714*46#. Don't miss this epic tale of destiny and courage. Supported by New Plants Car Rentals, Ghana Tourism Authority, and Citi FM. Sponsors: Stanbic Bank, the luckiest, Ball Savings and Loans, and proudly brought to you by
Hot Jobs.
Tired of HR headaches? Simplify your business with Hot Jobs Africa. As your one-stop HR shop, we handle recruitment, labor outsourcing, expatriate management, consultancy services, and corporate trainings. Plus, we offer staff basing and 100% staff support to boost productivity. Don't let HR hassles hold you back. Contact Hot Jobs Africa today. Call us on 030-3980-362. WhatsApp us on 020-433-6004 or email info@hotjobsafrica.org. Visit our website www.hotjobsafrica.org. Hot Jobs Africa. Think HR, think Hot Jobs.
Hot Jobs.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
So Francis Timoboy is a member of the Chartered Institute of Taxation Ghana. He's here with Fred Awute. They are both members of the Chartered Institute of Taxation Ghana and the Citi FM Tax Conference discussion. CIT.
But it would be nice to partner with us, so I will make a Citi.
Okay.
CITG.
So this is the 13th annual International Tax Conference of the Chartered Institute of Taxation, and it's going to happen here. Okay, before I get into everything, something is worrying me.
Okay.
Look, I go to a restaurant, I buy small food, I get the receipt. I'm paying COVID tax, I'm paying tourism tax. Small food I'll eat. You are taxing the hell out of me. Why are you people doing that?
I think the Minister of Finance has said that he's going to do some reforms. Okay. I agree with you that some of the taxes will go, the COVID-19 may go, and then some of them that we expect, reforms to take place by 2020.
NHIL, some plenty tax.
Some of them are also necessary. For example, the GET Fund is to support the educational system.
That one I agree. NHIL, I agree.
Overall, there's going to be a reform by 2026.
Charlie, just Kele Willie are taking to the COVID-19 they are taking from me. Anyway, you're most welcome. Let's talk about the 13th annual International Tax Conference. What is that?
So Caleb, the 13th annual International Tax, in fact, it's the 13th edition.
Right.
Every year, the Chartered Institute of Taxation, which is the statutory body for regulating tax professionals and then tax practice in Ghana, we put together professionals, policy makers, governments to discuss. Taxation is a tool for development. It's also a way of raising revenue for ourselves, so that we can manage our country and then we don't go borrow. So we meet together and then discuss what is ahead of us. So the 13th edition, this time we are looking at how we can use taxation as a tool to unlock some certain critical sectors of the economy. So we're looking at agribusiness. In fact, agri should be seen as a business,
top notch,
not just planting and then you just take it home and then go and cook. It should be a business to the extent that we should be able to export. We want to look at tourism and creative arts. The last time the year of return brought in over close to $3 billion, which is even equivalent to how much we are getting from IMF. So what can we do? Manufacturing sector, we want to discuss manufacturing. How can we use taxation to unlock the potential manufacturing sector? For me, the AFTA is one of the biggest markets. Yes. But in terms of numbers, you have the biggest consumers at one place. And resources are also available. So what are we doing so that we'll be able to enhance manufacturing for them to tap into this big market so that we don't import everything from China? We'll also be talking about telecom and how we can use taxation to bring down data costs. So these are some of the things that we're going to discuss at the annual conference. And it's taking place tomorrow. From tomorrow to Wednesday and Thursday.
Amazing.
And the good thing is that we are bringing everybody. Come and let us discuss together, because Ghana is for us. What will best work for us, so that we don't see taxation as just mobilization of revenue, but also a tool that will enhance development.
I love this, because I was shocked to learn that in Dubai they don't tax. There's no tax regime, but they do more fines, and through that they mobilize revenue and put the place together.
And the country is better. Everybody is good, trying to go there.
All the big techs have their head offices there, and it was quite an interesting insight for me from there. But beyond the talk, what policy reforms, what kind of directions do we want to shape after this, especially because it's a number of days? So we want to shift from revenue mobilization and go to a drive for industrial and technological transformation, isn't it? If I got what you said correctly. So what are the practical reforms or policies that can emerge from this conference that we should all expect?
Okay, thank you very much. If you look at the topics, the theme for the conference, it speaks for itself. We are looking at a situation where we are trying to use a tax policy to to leverage on the African growth, business growth, manufacturing sector. And in that case, we're looking at how do we modernize our tax policy in order to ensure that businesses grow and businesses do not suffer just because there's a tax. Then we also want to look at specific sectors, just like Francis was saying, and the topics we've selected, specific sectors like the Greek, tourism, and manufacturing. So these particular sectors are very critical to Ghana's development, but we cannot do without taxation. But how do we use the tax in order to actually increase and grow these sectors? So at the end of the conference, we are likely to come out with a policy that will help us leverage on these sectors and then grow. And for example, we are looking at the tax exemptions framework. We have a tax exemptions act, but how is that act being applied in the current dispensation of our tax policy? So we'll look at that. And the most important thing is that the policymakers will think that, we know what we have to do. But you see, those who are implementing the policy or enforcing the policy also have some idea that they can come and then ventilate out. So on the basis of that, if you come in and then you help to say, okay, these are the policy direction we want to. The business sectors, this is what we want to see in terms of tax modernization. For example, the government said they are reforming the VAT. How should that VAT reform affect me? What are the expectations from that perspective? Then tourism, like the year of return Francis was talking about. How do we use that one to leverage on the year of return and then move on and see how the tourism sector can grow? Look at the hotels. They will tell you that the taxes at that level is very high. How can there be any targeted tax exemptions for them? If it is, there will be a targeted exemptions. How do we implement that? How would that affect them? So these are the practical issues we are going to look at the conference.
So you're not just looking at the outcomes, you're looking at the processes
and then
bottlenecks and how to get them out of the way. So we have a more efficient tax system that drives development for us. The other thing that came up during my conversation with some Ghanaians out there was that we pay a lot of taxes, we don't see anything. So there's that part also that comes up strongly. But you're thinking that when the taxes deliver the transformation that the citizens really want, compliance will be much easier.
Exactly.
Great. So I'm sure we want to also have professionals, the general public, people who are in their own businesses or running some MSMEs attend this particular taxation conference. Are we invited? How can we be part? Is it public? Is it virtual?
It's a public and in person. It's because we expect you to participate.
Right.
It's a public event. In fact, if you are in Ghana and tax affects you, especially if you're a business or you are associations like the hotel associations, the manufacturing association, this is a very important platform for you to come and speak. Sometimes you just don't sit down for policies to be implemented for you and then you come and cry.
You have to make inputs.
Come and make inputs. Yeah. We are aware that the Ministry of Finance is collating inputs into the budget reforms.
Correct.
And then the VAT reforms, but we're also creating a platform where we are bringing all the people at the ministry come and speak. If you are in agribusiness, how do you use taxation to unlock the potential so that we don't export raw materials? Sometimes it baffles how we produce cocoa and then they take it away, go and make chocolate, and then they bring it to us.
And we pay so much for it.
We pay so much. Yeah. Even the mining sector, we just export the raw gold and then we take it away. What can we do when we have markets so much available for us?
Yeah.
Trump is so powerful using tariff.
Yeah.
Because he thinks that he has the market in the United States. Why is he doing that? Because if you don't send your goods there, you can't eat everything.
True.
So if Africa, under the free trade agreement, we have such huge potential, why don't we use our own tax policies to see how we can help the manufacturing sector produce and then be able to ship to Nigeria instead of shipping to United States. So, these are some of the things. Yeah. But we don't want professionals alone to be driving the conversation. Businesses, you have to be there.
Right.
Come and make your input.
Right.
The good thing is that when we finish, we put it together, just like Fred said, we put it together in a communique.
Right.
And I'm happy to announce that last year, some of the discussions that we had, in fact, the ministry has taken it and they are going to implement it. So it's a very big platform for of us. Nobody wants to pay more taxes. We just want to help our nation develop.
Yes.
But the question is, how do we do it? There must be a very better middle ground for us to push this agenda.
Absolutely.
And that's why we are discussing this at the 13th annual international tax conference.
Absolutely. Francis Timor Boy, Fred Awute, 13th annual international tax conference. So where again is it happening? Tomorrow, I understand, all the way to Friday?
Yes, all the way to Thursday.
Thursday, yes. So
Friday will be a dinner where will come and then,
I like that one.
So,
am I invited? Where will it be?
The program is actually happening at Alisa Hotel.
Okay.
Exactly 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Wonderful.
The program will start.
Excellent.
And then we'll have the first sections, which will take close around 3.
We just walk in, or we need to call, we need to register online?
You have to register.
Okay.
I think you have to register with us, and then at
you can visit taxghana.org,
okay,
taxghana.org, or you can call 0540 150 810.
Okay.
0540 150 810.
That's quite simple. So GhanaTax.com.
.org.
Thank you.
GhanaTax.org.
And then 0540 150 810.
And we can assist you. Indeed, the fee you pay, you just pay for your feeding.
Oh, okay.
It's happening at Alisa Hotel.
Sure.
Exactly 8 a.m.
Sure.
It's starting. And then we have the ministers coming, so you can interact with them as well.
Great.
And also not the ministers coming. All people who matters on taxation from Ghana Revenue Authority, from Title Institute of Taxation. Anybody who matters on taxation will be there.
Right.
You see Prof. Ali will be there. The Minister of
Ali Nacha, Prof.
Yes, will be there.
Prof, good morning. Amazing personality.
So, anybody who matters on tax.
Fantastic.
So, it is an opportunity for you to come and even meet people and then talk to them. And it's also an opportunity for networking.
Very important.
So that because you're seeing big men in matters of taxation.
Yes, we'll come and see Fred Awute and Francis Timor Boy, all members of the Chartered Institute of Taxation Ghana. Gentlemen, thank you so much for passing through.
Thank you.
We wish you all the best in your 13th annual International Tax Conference. As top of the hour, my name is Caleb Kuda. You heard early on Francisca Kakrafos and Richard Delasky, Godfred Akotobuafo, Fred Tetijabano's producer together with Sheba Arba Bene and Samuel Akom. Many thanks to Enoch Bosomtre and Edwin Kwao Kofi. They were the man who interacted with you on our digital platforms. Godfred Odum, Abeku Odum. Thank you too. For now, Ajubi Rafia Kenton joins us with the news at 10. Ajubi, good morning.
Hello, Caleb. Coming